Boom, man. We're doing it live. We are here. The GRG podcast is in full effect, episode 66. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's been kind of slow for the news, but man, you know, we're going to work it out, man. And I wanted to give a big shout out to Moxie and Avers for coming on last night to GRG Uncut. Of course, 108 Dragons and Delilah HD. And then a late arrival, the Don, came in and stopped. And so it was really cool to get to listen to everybody's thoughts and what they were talking about. So, man, if you have not checked out last night's episode of the GRG Uncut, please check it out, man. It was really informative, especially when Avers, Don, and Delilah start getting into this conversation. I just sat back and crossed my arms because I was like, I can't touch this. I cannot touch this. You know what I'm saying? I know 108 tried to come in there and try to throw his little hat in the ring and stuff, but then, you know, he started talking about something completely different. So, you know, I had to throw you under the bus on that, bro. Anyway, so oh, he must be stepping away.
Hey, Mega? Oh, no, I heard you.
Anyway, so yeah, let's get on. Hey, this is men's night tonight. The ladies are gone. We about this business. We about to get with it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Forget the topics. Let's start talking about, you know what I'm saying, strip clubs.
You say the ladies is gone like they ain't coming back.
No, I'm talking about the ladies is gone for the night, man. We're gonna talk about strip clubs, sports. No, I'm just playing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Boys night.
Because Infamous is in the chat. She's over there. She said, I will be watching you. I said, all right. And so also there's been rumors that's been going on. I got hit up by you know what I'm saying, somebody today that was saying, Mega, hey man, I heard that that lady Infamous got into a car accident and she died.
Don't bring that shit up.
No, I got to. Did you get something?
Man, I got woke. Man, my phone was blowing up at 5:30 in the morning about that shit. That shit ain't right.
It ain't right, man. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Like I get that there's people out there that wants to cause chaos and trouble, but really, you want to talk about somebody's demise like it's like it's going on like that? I mean, that's pretty sad. But regardless of that, Lady Infamous is absolutely fine. She just had to step away this week to go do something, and she's still here. She'll be in the chat, you know what I'm saying, with us. And so Delilah HD, she did her thing with us on GRG Uncut last night, and so she has to do some daddy time, because last night it was kind of funny. She went GRG after dark on our ass. It was kind of funny because she forgot the mic was off. Yeah, she was like, baby. I was like, what's going on? What's going on here? I was like, what Delilah doing over there? And so it's like, oh shit, did she cut the mic off? I was like, oh, I thought it was off. It was kind of funny. But anyway, so Delilah's over here doing baby time. So anyway, so we'll see the ladies next.
They both gonna cut you with razor blades later.
Oh man, they're gonna cut me to the white meat, to the whitest meat. So anyway, so let's get to the panel of bums, because there's nobody illustrious on this panel except for me. So anyway, so let's go on Triple Cup. Chuck, what's up, man? Are you up, bro?
Man, hell yeah, I'm up, man. I was up. I figured you were gonna call me first. Man, let me go ahead and eat this little snack right quick. Chomp. Hey, I'm licking my lips and my fingers and everything. Now I'm saying, what's happening with your Thomas? Man, I'm in here. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah, I always got to keep y'all under the fire, man. Y'all don't know when I'm going to call y'all's name. I just do it randomly. So then we're going to go on to the next bum. You know what I'm saying? Kaleidoscope. What's going on with you, bro?
Yo, it's the Xbox Ghost back up on the GRG, people, man. And we about to get lit tonight, man. We got some bugged out topics, some shit that I'm really passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Some more Japanese games, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And besides that, man, I just got off of Iron Banner and we fucking spanked that ass. You know what I'm saying? Me and my clan fucking went up against the team and we fucking wrecked shop.
Yes, no doubt. What's up, Lady Foxfire in the chat, Cedric? You know what I'm saying? Jazzy Noob, man, yes, one of our sponsors up in here, you know what I'm saying, doing a thing, you know what I'm saying? Sinister, what's going on with you? I see 100 bum ass in here, so I might as well bring up his name. What's going on with you, 100? You bum? What's happening?
Oh shit, man, I thought I was dead last week. Oh, they put a hit out on me last week. They said I was dead last week. They said I got shot. But I guess I'm here, but we in here GRG tonight. Gonna have some. I'm have a. You know what I'm saying, the ladies is gone, so I'm back and get a little strong.
So you basically pulled the Pub Jesus and came back to life with some guns.
Oh no!
Hey, I resurrected. I got resurrected. So no, let's go. It's GRG tonight. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. And then we got 108 Dragons, man. My partner in crime last night on the GRG Uncut. What's up with you, bro? You ready?
I'm always ready. Fresh off that Central Park bench. You know I'm a bum. Pigeons on my head and all that. Let's get these topics popping. Let's go.
And they pooping on you at the same time, bro.
Oh, man. Damn pigeons.
He lives in harmony with the pigeons, bro.
Oh man.
You remember that scene from John Wick 2 with the dude who was like on top of the roof with all the pigeons? Yeah, that's Lemon.
See, I was going to introduce you last because you haven't been on the show here a little bit. But you already busted up. You doing traditional Knuckles stuff. You just jump in, man. So messed it up. What's up, man? Welcome back, Knuckles. What's going on from your little hiatus? How's everything been going? How's the new gig? You know what I'm saying? What's happening?
Oh, man, you know what's good. You know if I come back, I got to break something or two. I got to do my thing. It wouldn't be the right way to come back. But, man, it's 3-4 weeks, man, to not be on the show has been so hard. I got to say that, man. It's been so long, and I'm so glad to be back. For those who don't know, I started a new gig, working a new place these past 3 weeks. That's why I haven't been here, but I'm back. I've been hopping back into it, and I'm working on some new stuff. But man, it's good to be back with the crew. You know, just so good.
Yes, no doubt about it. And then last but not least, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you. I was saying this last night that I was gonna have my sound effect ready, but I found out what time I got to go to work in the morning, and everything just went to hell. So anyway, I'm gonna do an impersonation, and then I'm gonna go pick up the real thing. So introducing that casual Carl, our Donald Trump, live wire.
That's
a chicken rooster or a duck.
Hey man, that's all the above.
Yeah, it's a rooster hawk.
It's a rooster hawk.
It's a rooster hawk.
It's a land and fish animal. It's an amphibian ground crawler.
Dogfish. Dog cat.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a turkey.
Yes. What's up, live?
Not much, man. Chilling, you know, just about to go make me a drink in a quick second. I tried to get on here earlier, but you know, the little girl, she just started talking, man. You know, you can't just be like, "Oh, shut up." No. I don't know what she be saying. She just be like, I'm like, "All right, yeah, go ahead." You know, I don't know what you're saying, but it's prolific. Keep it going.
Right. That's it. I mean, if you got any idea what she could be saying?
Probably like, "Daddy, you need to stop messing with those bitch ass ponies." I don't know.
That's what she's saying.
No,
damn.
Because I
believe him too.
Stop it. You stop it. You're so messy. Damn, Donald, you're in Europe right now, and you living it up. You know what I'm saying? You met Merkel. You met the prime minister out there in all
Theresa May, fucking hanging out with
France. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see your boy Putin here coming up here Monday or sometime this week. So I mean, you should be in really good spirits right now.
Come on, you gotta get that Russian love hammer. Come on now.
Man, well, listen, man. You know, it ain't all. It's all fun and games. It seems like, man, but it's not. It's not a real business trip unless I'm going somewhere to get peed on. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that's why you're gonna go see Putin.
We've lost all of our trouble.
Hey, in VR, you got to do it in VR.
Golden showers. That's the Trump way. That's the Trump way. Golden showers.
Getting messy. Already getting messy.
I will put on golden, and I'm gonna be listening to the whole Lemonade album while dealing with the golden showers.
Okay, all right. I'm done with you. I am really done with you. All right. So okay, let's get to, before we get to the topics, I do want to bring up something, and Knuckles, you can help me out a little bit with this. I was talking about last week, and that about net neutrality, and I said I couldn't get really fully into it because of the fact that we had a lot of topics, and then there was a lot of things going on. So basically, I just wanted to give a little tidbit, of course, for people out there that's been aware that net neutrality is pretty much shut down. It's pretty much dead. I believe that it's going up for a vote, but it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to pass. I think it's got appealed or whatever, but it's not going to pass. So anyway, what has happened is that in California is that there are senators out there that's trying to implement a law to where it's where it's basically what is it, zero something it's called, whatever. But regardless, that it's the fact where you just basically get net neutrality, where companies can't gouge you like they're getting started to, because of what I was saying last week. AT&T, they're basically already getting started by doing with their streaming service, and with their streaming service they have, I hear a fan in the background. That's got to be live. Okay, I got to blame you always live for everything.
No, that's fine. You know.
Okay.
You blame it on me like Akon.
I will. So anyway, so basically, AT&T was over here basically showing a payment plan with their streaming, where it's free if you just want 480p and lower, but if you want to pay for 1080p and higher, if you want to get 1080p and higher, then it's going to, or I should say 720 and higher, then you're going to have to pay for it. Just again, this gave these little stipulations and steps of how much that you would have to pay, which is basically the start of it being broke down. Well, the companies don't really like the fact that California is trying to do this. New York said that they'll follow suit. Knuckles, didn't you say that there was a couple other states that was going to try to implement a law as well?
Yeah, what it is right now is that because the FCC, which is not necessarily a federal body, but they are associated with it, made the net neutrality repeal to go back to how it was back in the early 2000s. And after that happened, what it was is that several states are creating laws through the state level. And what they're doing is that they're basically saying that any company that wants to do internet service in their state, they have to agree to the laws of basically keeping net neutrality. If they don't, the state won't allow those companies to get government contracts or go through them. And California has been one of the biggest leading the charge, as well as Washington State, Washington, D.C., New York State is going to be starting next, as well as Florida State. There are other states in the mix that are also trying to do similar things, but these are the biggest ones who are basically saying at state level that any company that wants a government contract for internet has to abide by current net neutrality standards, not based on the repeal. And right now it had a vote in the Senate, and the Senate had passed it to go for the repeal 52-48. And it's currently going to the House right now, which is going to be the biggest vote. And there are significant Republicans.
It's going to die. Yeah.
And
but let's not make it a Republican Democrat thing. It's just it's just in the House.
It's a big thing, and there's plenty of people who've taken campaign funds and stuff like that from internet lobbyists. But the thing about it though is that at the time that this bill got pushed through and is being supported, it's at a heavy time. And I know we typically don't talk politics, but with those who don't know, is this is midterm election year. And with the fact that this is coming out now, this is going to have to put every politician's name on the permanent record of those who wanted to protect our rights and privacy when it comes to internet, as well as those who are willing to sell it out. So that is going to make a big difference for later this year. And as gamers, we need the internet for most games being as big as they are, as well as to make use of a lot of features due to them being online. This affects us greatly, especially with many companies trying to introduce throttling plans or these streaming plans and stuff like that and increase their prices. This is going to hurt us, especially being an audience that demands it, especially us as content creators.
Yeah, and just everybody as a gamer. This affects everybody. This is something when we brought up a couple of months ago that it's going to affect everyone. It doesn't matter if you aren't a gamer, but if you like watching Netflix and Hulu and all of that, you like to stream, it's going to affect you. If you just like watching sports podcasts, things of that nature, it's going to affect you. So this is a really big deal. And also, the name of the bill is SB 460. And it also a part of it to where if these companies don't comply, they can't get receive taxpayer dollars as well. So it's pretty interesting. And look, man, this will definitely start separating the states, because if states go ahead and do this, then well, the big states, that adds up to be around 43%. Well, just the two states, California and California and New York. That will be around like 43% of the population of the populace that use online. So if you implement Washington and Washington D.C. and other states as well that want to follow suit, it's going to really start dictating who is going to be in support of this law or this law and who isn't. And then I think that people need to get their ass out there and vote. So if anybody want to touch on that, go ahead.
Hey, Mega, out here, remember you said it's going to probably die in the house? They already have a distinguishing plan out here. They're going to sue.
Oh no,
California said they're going to sue.
There already is.
So that's So they're going to sue, and that's what's going to try to keep stuff. If you keep it in the courts, it probably got to go up to the Supreme Court, to tell you the truth.
Right,
you might have to go there.
And then that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
About the next Supreme Court nominee and all that stuff. So anyway, but just to let the gamers out there know, and just the people that's not really aware too much about what net neutrality is and all that, it's really interesting, and it may need to check it out, because there's some other people out there that's on the internet that talks about it in real full detail. I got somebody that sent me a little shade, because they were like, you rip off people's information. I'm like, I don't rip off anybody's information. I've been talking about this. I watch politics. I'm always, I don't just watch Rachel Maddow. I watch all time.
But see, it out here, it already kind of started. Like Comcast is only in certain parts of LA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? AT&T is only certain parts. We got Spectrum in certain parts. Like, I can't watch my Lakers or my Dodgers. I have to pirate it because they don't want to sell.
You can't be saying that.
Nah, man.
I'm just telling you, I love my Dodgers and my Lakers. I don't care what do. I got to watch them.
You can't just anyway. We're about to get the hell.
Well, I can't admit that, man. That's why my name 100, man. Why can't I admit? Because I want to watch my favorite team.
No. You could say less than legal, but don't come straight out and say it.
Man, it ain't hard, man. Come on. Come on, everybody ain't good at two shoes, man.
Diamond for the $5 donation. He said, "Shout out to the GRG fam." Let's get to talking about video games for this fool expose himself. I've got to get.
I'm already been exposed.
Hey, man, check before you go on for the net neutrality. Hey, look at this here.
What?
Hey, these big corporations that's killing without net neutrality, the internet gonna die completely. Because people that play games or look at Facebook or Instagram and stuff like that, if it moves too slow, it's gonna get tired of it. People ain't gonna want to wait. People want instant gratification. Without the instant gratification, the internet brain is gonna die.
I think completely. That people are willing, but see, that's the thing. They're banking off of people to pay, just like with EA and how they try to implement loot crates, or you see that these game companies are wanting to try to take money another way from gamers. That's exactly what these companies want to try to do. They want to bet that you are going to want those fast speeds, and you're going to pay for them. So, and the truth of it is that there'll be a lot of people that will pay for it, and that's just more.
But Mega, check this out. Right. What if it's a company? What if it's a company that doesn't do that?
Well, that's okay.
And then the government they make a type of law say, you know what? Everything is open anywhere. So say if it's say me and you started GRG just started our own little internet, you know what I'm saying, company, you know what I'm saying, that we provide internet, giving you the same speeds that they're giving to you. We're not down clocking you just because you're using this and doing that. Who are they gonna run to?
Okay, but see, this is the problem though. See, this is the thing. There's companies that have been saying that they will still stick to the net neutrality rules, but you got to look at the surrounding people that's around you, and you have AT&T, Comcast, you have all these other big entities that has unlimited money. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be limited. GRG online is going to be limited as hell. So therefore, they're going to squeeze us. So what they're going to do is that we're going to have to be buying we're going to be in business that we got to buy services off of their lines. So what they can do is they can overcharge us so bad that whatever money that we recoup, even though we might get so many people, we'll be still paying them double, triple, quadruple of what.
No, Mega, they can't do that like out here.
Yes.
No. Okay, perfect example, Mega. I have a company called Sonic, right? I have a company called Sonic. They're not very big or nothing like that, but between California rules, they have to lease that line to me. AT&T got to lease that line to me. You want to own it, but they made it where you cannot monopolize nothing.
Oh, it's
in California. They monopolize it, and then they can't charge like in Brentwood. Guess what? The LeBron just moved to Brentwood. Guess what they play? This company, the same company I got, they got gigabyte internet fiber. They pay $40 a month for gigabyte up and down.
I get that, but this is the thing that you're not looking at. Okay, with that's with rules and regulations. Look, we see right now that there's been all types of rules and regulations being dropped that was in previous years. Look, as much as we are all excited, I think everybody on this panel is excited for the fact, except for E-Rock. I know E-Rock ain't on this panel, but I know E-Rock is not excited about this at all. The merger of Disney and Fox movies, because we'll get to see
X-Men.
the MCU, get X-Men and Fantastic Four and all them. But the fact of it is, that's a monopoly, man. They just bought Fox movies.
I give that to you.
So that's the thing. Like, don't in business. If somebody, you know what I'm saying, they could just give a representative a little bit of money or your group of people of money, sit there and do some stuff by letting them get some incentives. And we in GRG Online can sit there and fight and try to fight the good fight, but we ain't going to have the money for lawyers, for all of that. And at the end of the day, that company is going to get shut down because they have unlimited money. That's what.
But what if you got somebody that can back you?
No, who's going to back us when you know what I'm saying?
What you mean? Because you're going to be looking good for the people.
Look, man, there's been a lot of.
You're going to be looking good for the people. See, now we're talking about money in politics.
Before we go too left, it's like this, 100. Well,
we
yes,
told everybody was going left.
There are states that are trying to protect it. There are cities that are trying to protect it. There is still that fight right now between state and federal government agencies trying to figure this out. But the issue is that the internet industry is an oligarchy. And if you don't know what an oligarchy is, it's basically they say, hey, you have this area, we have this area, and we have this area. Let's all make our prices seem similar and competitive, but we're all making the same amount of money no matter what. And, we all benefit. And they say, okay, cool. Basically, they split up the area saying you get this half, we get this half. We use the same price, so they can't go against us one way or the other, and we're all making profit. That's what the internet industry is doing because of this. That's right. the simple fact of it.
Yeah, and so
he said, but when one go against the rule,
right. Look, there's always to go against the rule.
We've seen what happens with that. Look at what's going on with Google Fiber. They're having to consistently fight against every major company to either try and use the money that they have, which is quite a bit, to either run their O lines or try and use already established fiber optic lines to be able to run their service. And nobody wants them because they know what Google Fiber stands for. And we're seeing how that is, because if they were able to do it more successfully, it would be in more cities than where it's at. Right. It would be in more areas than it's at.
I was supposed to have Google Fiber, but they shut it down for a couple of months because
because of what
they shut it down for a couple of months because they was talking about it. So it is what it is. Let's go to the next.
Well, hold on. I just need to interject real quick, hey Mega. Somebody in the comments, which I'm sure you already knew this though, but same old Primal Data.
Right. I was just going to comment on that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we know that they have to sell off the Fox networks.
Right. And they're already in the talks of doing this. This deal is already pretty much almost damn near a done deal. The Fox situation, they already have made the concession, so wanted to get rid of the Fox.
Yeah.
So the Fox Sports, because they know that they own ESPN.
Exactly. So basically for that, because I had talked about that probably too.
Oh,
absolutely. But it's not going to.
They only got to know. Thing about it is, which color got Fox News? They're going to keep Fox News. It's Fox Sports. They got to sell off Fox Sports.
What it is,
they got to sell off the sports.
Hang on. But what it is that before, because of the fact that I went into details about this because I had to break it down because I actually read through the paperwork, is that what it is that the Department of Justice okayed the deal only if as soon as they finish the acquisition, which shouldn't be until probably next December if it goes through right now because they're being sued by shareholders. If it finalizes, immediately they have to turn around and sell all the sports networks to other companies, whoever wants it. And
as we know, Fox Sports is hotter than ESPN right now.
That's the hottest thing.
They're the hottest thing right now. So there's going to be plenty of buyers out there. So I mean,
that is true.
That's because Fox Sports has all ESPN's talent.
They got all of ESPN's talent.
Some shareholders are actually suing Fox. Suing Disney.
The reason is because the shareholders had a meeting with the Disney executives and they wanted numbers of the projections of what the Fox News would be making, roughly Fox Studios, as well as anything else. But Disney couldn't present them any projections, and legally they don't have to present them projections. And because of that, the shareholders said, no, we want to know how much it's going to be worth because you're undervaluing our shares, so we're suing you, and it's not going to go through.
Yeah, but ain't that, don't they? If the thing goes through, they got 90 days, right, to sell the sports off, right?
Yeah, it's 90 days to basically sell off the assets that have to be sold. If not, then the FTC and the DOJ will have to get re-involved because the whole process is being overseen by a representative from the FTC to ensure it doesn't fall into the monopoly category.
Right, because Comcast raised the price up and thinking that maybe Disney wasn't going to make this move, but Disney was like, "Look, we got endless paper. You know what I'm saying? We got another Star Wars movie coming out, so we got the Lion King coming out." So I mean, look, man, I understand that there's still some hurdles to cross, but just like from anything that you read from Forbes or from Wall Street Journal, from all different types of business, they're already being confident and they're being bullish in the stock market. That's why I'm over here just jumping on the bandwagon and saying that it's a done deal, because the market moves on what they feel confident about. Now, and it's not, and that everything is perfect, but the insiders know. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just talking about that. So
absolutely.
Anyway, so let's go on to that. Look, I didn't know that part of the conversation was going to go that deep. That's all right, though. That just shows you we in tune, ladies and gentlemen, that we are in tune. That's right. So let's get to the topics. Let's go.
The real topics, anyways.
Yeah, the real topics. Because you know what? Look, I could talk about some politics, man. I can get into it, but see.
Hey, man. And you're going into mine and Kaleidoscope and Chuck's territory, especially mine, because this is what I do on the daily.
Politics, business. I love it. I love it.
Can I say something before we get started?
No. Go ahead.
This got to be interesting.
Shout out to my man Bloody Knuckles for putting up his first video this week. Go check it out, man. My boy.
That's what's up. Check out Bloody's channel, man. Smash Podcast.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Definitely check out everybody on the panel and subscribe. I mean, if you could go to my channel, you'll see on the right hand side that you'll see that I have everybody that's a part of the GRG family that you could just jump in and watch their videos, and you can subscribe to them. Also, I keep on forgetting about this, so I need to talk about it now. The Patreon, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to jump on the Patreon, join us. There's 3 games that I'm going to be giving away here. It's going to be the Crew 2. It's going to be the Street Fighter Collection. And then there's a special game that I'm going to be giving away, and it's not going to be no bum game. It's not going to be like a
said it already.
No, I didn't say the third game.
Did?
What was the third game?
Near Automata from Prometheus.
No, that's a 4th game.
Oh.
That's a 4th game. I'm still giving out a 3rd game. So yeah, man, we're going to be doing that. So I was just making up for last month because I was over there doing the most and I completely forgot about everything. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I was just making up.
He gonna give your ass My Little Pony. That's what he's gonna do.
Yo, one quick thing, yo. To save old Primal Data, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, so
I agree with you.
Anyway, so y'all can join the Patreon, you know what I'm saying? And K-Mega got you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and support the GRG podcast family. So anyway, let's go to the topic finally, and that is about Visceral Games. Now, I talked a little bit about on the GRG Uncut about EA themselves, right? But I want to get into talking about Dead Space 4 because it was not in development, but they were in the works of talking about it, and it was a pretty interesting read. They were going a whole different direction with the game. Now, me personally, I only played the first one, and I didn't. Yeah, I know, I suck. I only played the first one, but I know that there's a lot of people that enjoy that game, and for EA to get rid of visceral games like they did. And after you hearing about it's kind of sad because these guys was really working on trying to bring something special for Dead Space 4. After 3, for the people that's played all 3 of these games and beat them, what they said that they were going to do was that they were going to expand the game into be more of a broader experience instead of a linear, make it to where you are going to be in a interstellar universe. Also, that towards the end of 3, that what happens is that humanity gets completely wiped. Well, not completely wiped out, but
on the verge.
It's on the verge of being wiped out. And so what you're going to be doing is looking for survivors, also trying to get your ship to be try to keep your ship up, and you're going to be having enhancements. It was a lot of cool things. Like they were just going to broaden the game to a whole different experience. But EA heard about what their ambitions was. Yeah, pretty much making it like a Mass Effect, but a horror story, which that sounds pretty damn epic, right? But the fact that EA was sitting there thinking about it, it's like, how about you just go ahead and work on Battlefield Hardline instead, and we'll come back and we'll talk to you about it. So I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to you first, Knuckles, and get your thoughts on this. I mean,
all right, first you got to pay the bills, bro.
Oh, man, hold on. I wasn't even looking. Okay. Oh, man. What's up, Thomas Franks? He said, GRG, what's good? Family King Mega. He says, I'm late, but I'm here for my favorite cast. He says, you guys keep being professional and don't change. Salute to you guys. No doubt about it. We will definitely be professional.
Much love, brother.
Well, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate everybody that listens to us and support us, man. It's all love. It's all love, definitely. So, man, hold on, man. I'll just come back and I'll look at the comments. It says Crew 2 is trash.
Hey, I take offense to that because I actually like Crew 2.
Even if it's trash, it's free. So I don't know why you hate it. Is Street Fighter Collection free? I mean, trash.
Well, you get a choice though. Let's be honest. You get a choice of which one you want. So
yeah. Well, no. I'm giving them all away. I'm not giving no choices. There's no choices. I'm giving them all away. I'm giving away 3 games. 3 games.
Well, I kind of agree with him though, man, because I think the Crew is just trash to me. But that's me though, man. That's me. Each one of us have our own opinions, bro.
We got you. I'm just saying.
I'm getting on a plane now, and I'm coming to Puerto Rico to get through now.
Hey, until you show me some receipts for Nier Automata, I am not going to keep mentioning it until I see a receipt, because I am not going to get blasted.
Tell me when you want it, partner.
I want it. Give it to me at the end of the month.
All right,
give it to me in the month.
$5, not $6,500.
All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. I don't want to be coming up here. Mega shit.
Nah, I meant to ask you that last night, but
okay, yeah, all right. Anyway, so let me get on to it.
You can go on.
All right, so let me go. I appreciate it, Thomas Franks. But anyway, let me go back to this. So, Knuckles, what is your thoughts about this? I mean, because EA has been very weird here lately on their thought process on single player games. We talked about this last night, but what is your thoughts about them not giving the go ahead to Dead Space, even though 3 didn't do so well? But I mean, you're talking about a Mass Effect horror series. That sounds dope.
Yeah, and it's a sad aspect because Dead Space was severely underestimated by EA. The first one was simply like critical acclaim, and they were one of the first games to really do the minimum HUD. Like everything was built into the game. Everything was your ammo counter. Everything was all on the gun. You didn't have it down on the screen. Your health was, on the armor suit itself. It took the minimum approach to such a great degree, and the story was so enticing. Like honestly, the horror writing in that aspect, the psychological aspect of it, inspired so much of my own personal writing back when I was playing through it. And they had such a great chance to do something unique that hadn't been done in a while. We've seen horror, but we've seen zombies, we've seen more like drug-induced horror with what we got with The Evil Within and stuff like that. But this was taking space horror similar to what we saw back in the 80s with Alien. And they did such a phenomenal aspect with it. Yes, EA got a little bit more involved with Dead Space 3, and it became more action-y. It still had its scenes, but yes, it was more action-based. There was a lot more crafting, and that kind of took away the hardcore survival aspect from 1 and 2. But what they were showing for their possibilities of for Dead Space 4 did very appeal to me as a Mass Effect fan, because it was very Mass Effect-esque, because they did have this ship, and the way that Dead Space 3 ended, I can see how they would have been able to turn it around for Dead Space 4 or to make it work. But the thing is, they really wanted to keep doing what they did in 3, which is where, yes, it has chapter base. You know, what we had seen before. It's like you're in a certain part of the section of the ship during each chapter, but then later on you get to, you get caught out in open space and you're flying around. It's like, hey, you can go to this piece of the space station, or this piece of the space station, or this piece, whichever one you want to do at your choice, and go from there. And they really wanted to expand on that more. And I think that would have been such a great concept, because the fact that they did want to make it more survival. They did want to say, hey, we're trying to build and save people, and we need people to help protect the ship. But, we have to go through each of these different areas, different planets, different space debris. And it had a lot of potential, but them getting put on Hardline, which was the worst mistake. Stop
it. I liked Hardline, damn it.
If you want to play Cops and Robbers, you go play GTA 4.
I loved Hardline. Look, I mean,
it was dope.
Once they added those later DLCs,
it was awesome.
Those last 2 map packs were so good, and they fixed and they added customization. Visceral, it seemed like to me, Visceral just got, like in the article, it was basically the lead developer was saying, like, we kind of got hit with a loop. Like, look, we're giving you this idea for our new vision for Dead Space. We're ready to take it to the next level. This is going to be kind of like an open world. One thing about it that I thought it was interesting was that in zero-G environments, I guess the creatures couldn't get into that area, but they were going to have new creatures that could slither through G space environments, and that it's not going to be so linear. So you got to look around in certain areas and look, because they could be coming from anywhere. And you go from all this vision for what you want to do for this game, and all of a sudden, no, you know what I'm saying? Battlefield is the new hotness. Let's go ahead and put you guys on it. You know what I'm saying? And because that's more profitable. And so they had to learn they had to, get themselves together to make that type of game. It didn't work out like it was supposed to in the very beginning, but once they got their foot fully in it, that game got really good. I still enjoy playing Hardline, even though right now the service for the DLC is completely gone. You cannot play on those later DLC maps, which really sucks. But man, it plays really smooth.
Yeah, but I still. Y'all can defend it all y'all want, but I don't think that it was.
It's all good, yo, Knuckles. I feel the same way about the crew.
It's okay. I feel the same way about Destiny.
I know you do.
But let
me pay the bills.
But Visceral, they were basically
Let me pay the bills. Nerd Nate, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, Nerd Nate. He says, if Dead Space 4 is real, I'll go fucking nuts. Look, bruh. It's dead. But we're talking about it in the fact that
what it could have been,
and he gave a glimmer of hope. But the sad thing about it is that it don't seem like they'll be the ones working on it, because it's an EA property, and Visceral Games is
shut down.
It's shut down. So it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, man.
Kind of what I was trying to get at was that while yes, they did Hardline, I feel like at that point they were just kind of being forced projects from EA. They weren't getting to do what they wanted to do. And while yes, they may have done well with Hardline and time, because at first when it came out, yes, it had its issues because it's growing pains, because it's a series and a system they weren't used to. The issue still resides with the fact that they weren't doing what they wanted. And EA was kind of throwing them the loop and run around with it. They're like, no, we'll come back to what you want to do, but we want you working on this. No, we want you working on this. Then when they're just like, look, can we do Dead Space 4? They're like, no, we want you to work on Star Wars. And then after that, they cut the plug on them and pulled them out. You know, it's one of those unfortunate aspects that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And that was one thing that it's really unfortunate. I also I'm going to go to you next, Triple Cup Chuck. But when I talked to Emily at that when I was playing Battlefield 5 or V, I asked her about Hardline. I said, "When what happened?" You know what I'm saying? I said, "What happened?" She said, "We helped work on those, you know, to get them to work on it. You know what I'm saying? Be kind of like correspondence so they could get everything going." She said, but yeah, of course, you know, they got shut down and it didn't get the greatest response. But, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like it was a lot of fun from what I played. I said, I know I loved it. And I was asked about the service and stuff like this. She's like, I can tell you about that. That's, you know what I'm saying? We're DICE. That's visceral. You know what I'm saying? And then so now everything makes sense because of EA was pretty much putting the chokehold on Visceral and just kind of telling them, no, you're not using your money to do this, you're not using your money to do that. So it's so unfortunate because I think if people came back even through, like I seen our boy Same Old come in here and say that, look, I mean, I wouldn't even play Hardline even through EA Access or whatever. If you guys got the opportunity to play the later games and you could customize your characters, you could have them have bandanas on, you got them look gangster, man. It was dope. You got a cops looking roguish. It was man, I love the customization on that. But like the maps, my favorite map was the museum, and like the destruction and everything in there. There was a graveyard that you could play on. It was really fun. I hate that a lot of people didn't get a chance to do it, but those first 6 months were brutal for Hardline. So Triple Cut Chuck, what do you think about Dead Space? Did you ever play Dead Space? Would you be interested into this new Dead Space with it trying to be open world, trying to be kind of like Mass Effect with a horror experience?
I mean, that'd actually be cool. But see, the thing about it is, first I want to tell this here, K-Mega.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Hardline either, and I'm a Battlefield fanatic, man. I was trying not to say it, but something inside of me was like, man, I gotta say it.
Tell the truth,
man,
bro.
For me,
shame the devil. Tell the truth.
It was a good game. The combat was good.
Yeah.
It was just something about the look of the game just kind of wasn't the same. Because Battlefield 4 to me looked better than Battlefield Hardline. Just visual-wise.
Given.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I played it and like the game most, and when you shoot people, I ain't get that feeling like I was actually shooting them. So it kind of pulled me away from that game. But I mean, hey, I'm still a Battlefield player. But anyway, though, everybody know EA. If this game is a single player game over $20, it ain't happening. They funded the indie teams that's doing the single player game for $20. You know, like the Unravel and what it is, Get Out,
A Way Out.
You know, games like that. They're gonna fund $20, $30 games, but that's gonna be a big $65 AAA budget game. They probably the only game they probably might right now I think consider they'll do something like that would be a new Dragon Age. If people have a better chance of getting a Dragon Age before they get that. So the studio gone. They still EA still got a portfolio. I mean it's messed up for us, but at the same time I just came to a regulation. Now I know how EA is. And I know what they gonna do, so I handle them accordingly. So I'm not gonna trip because I know that's not gonna come until us gamers is like, you know what I'm saying, having a turnaround where like how it's starting to look now that more people's like, well, I'm tired of playing multiplayer. I want some single player experience games. So they probably see the turnaround come, and we might, you know what I'm saying, they might say, oh, now it's money to be made back in single player games. And they might try to bring it back, even though they still sell, but nothing like the multiplayers.
Yeah, okay. I could understand that. I could dig that for real. So. What about you, 108 Dragons? What is your thoughts about for what you've heard for what Visceral was going to do with Dead Space 4? Would it have been something that you've been interested in? Were you even interested in the series?
I beat all 3 of those games. All those games was definitely about that life. It definitely was, especially in the beginning. It was like the Resident Evil or space games. I like Hardline. Y'all all can kiss my ass. I don't even give a damn right now.
That's my man. Yeah.
Look, I'm the only one here who didn't like Hardline, but you know, whatever.
Chuck is with you.
You don't like. Hey, if you don't like Hardline, you don't like World.
Yo, listen, Hardline like trash.
Like what?
Hardline was fun as hell. I don't care about all that other stuff. I like all the Battlefield except the World War Ones and Twos anymore. But like I said, let me get back to the topic. I wish they would make a oh my god.
Oh,
Dead Space.
No.
Dead Space.
Don't show your age, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Dead Space came out when we was younger. Let's just keep it official. That series was amazing, man. And the third one kind of swayed off a little bit, but it would definitely be a good look. First of all, graphically, to see where they would take that, because we all know when we first put that suit on and we saw the air coming out the mask and the moving parts on the suit, we was amazed back then to even see those type of on that suit. But I'm mad that it's not going to be done. But you know, EA, they just trying to hit home runs. They don't want to hit base hits. They don't want to get the first. They just want to do grand slams and home runs, man. So it's a shame that the series is going to have to suffer behind that.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much. What about you, Collider? What did you think about this? Were you a big fan of Dead Space? And man, I mean, what do you think EA should have done with this, man? Should they gave him another chance?
Well, definitely. I could say I've never played any of the Dead Space games, honestly, but I have kept my eye on them. I actually own the first two. All right, so I will get eventually around to them one of these days. All right, yeah, definitely, I'm gonna get to them, and then I'm gonna also pick up the 3 eventually as well. But once I finish the 1 and the 2, I've read a lot on Dead Space. You know, I've played the demos and whatnot. You know, it definitely is claustrophobic. All right, especially the first one. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know, I mean, the minute I turned around that first time and that dude was right behind me, I was like, yo. That shit just freaked you the fuck out, man. So I can understand where they're going with that game. Should they return to that franchise? I think they should. They should definitely return to that franchise, because some of the stuff that old dude alluded to, he said that Emily was going to be the lead star of the new one. All right, old girl that was in the 3.
Listen.
Ellie, she was going to be the lead star, and not only that, the stuff that they talked about, you know, there's going to be a whole bunch of derelict ships where you're basically going to be following them in a line, more or less scavenging and foraging for parts to eventually get that, I'm going to say space engine because I don't know the name for it, but, you know, that type of shock, whatever engine that they use in order to be able to time travel and whatnot in the cosmos. That shock point drive, exactly. Thank you, Nux. You know, It sounded dope as hell, man. And the stuff with xenomorphs chasing you through 0G gravity and grabbing you up and tearing your face off, that just sounded sick, man. You know what I'm saying? And then with that open world aspect, with the stuff that they're doing with next gen games, see, the thing that's fucked up with EA, if they can't put loot boxes in it, it doesn't make sense to them. All right. And that last game, Dead Space 3, how much publishing? I mean, how much of an advertising campaign did they have behind it? None. All right, you know, because EA is the type that they throw out games and say, "Have at it." You know what I'm saying? If you want to buy it, buy it. If not, fuck you, dude. That's the way they do. Look what happened in Insomniac Games last generation with Fuse. Did they even promote that shit? No. Did they promote Bulletstorm when it came out? No. They ain't give a fuck, man. That's just EA for your ass, yo.
But if Resident Evil can make a comeback like it did with 7, that series can make a comeback.
Of course, man. That shit can make a major comeback, bro. A major comeback, man. I'm talking about Resident Evil in space with Mass Effect elements. Come on, man. Take my money. Take my money. Matter of fact, hit my wallet, yo.
I'm going to ask all you guys a question after I get everybody on the panel, get their thoughts about this. But Livewire, what is your thoughts about this? Were you a fan of Dead Space? And did 4 seem to appeal to you if you knew that it was going to come out?
Yeah, I thought Dead Space was high. I played the first one, played the second one. I started the third one, I think. I think it's on the I started the third one. It's on EA Access.
I mean EA Access. I'm sorry.
But look, man, I enjoyed it. I mean, I would hope that they would make another one. Just because I like those horror genres. I like Dead Space more than I like games like Evil Within, which Evil Within is cool, but to me it's not as good as Dead Space. You know?
It's a lot slower too.
The Evil
It's still the genre of horror games.
But
the
thing about Evil Within, it's more psychological horror because that's what Shinji Mikami is more known for, because he broke away from full on horror from the first 3 Resident Evils and went more psychological with Evil Within.
Yeah, we're not saying it's a bad game.
No. I'm just saying that they're very different in that aspect. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I just saying like I prefer the more Resident Evil, Dead Space type of horror game. Another one that I'm a big fan of is the Condemned. I was a big fan of Condemned when they used to have those games.
Oh yeah.
Now in that
first one, man.
Exclusive in that owned by
Microsoft? The first one.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the first one is back compat, right?
Yeah, it is back compat. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Look, I haven't played a scary game, and since I mean, because I don't consider Resident Evil 5 or 4 to be scary like that.
Or 6.
Well, I got 6. I only played the very beginning of 6, and I was like, "This is
more action."
It was good though. But there's different aspects.
I gotta go through.
I love 6. 6, 5, and 6 are my favorites.
See, because now I'm hearing different. I'm hearing different everything. Everybody hated 6 from when I first bought 6, right? So it made me stay away from it. Now I'm hearing more mixed. Like 6 is great.
It's all right.
It's just not. It's an action game. It's not.
6 reminds me of the last
more action
anime that came out.
That's why people didn't like it.
That's how it played, like that last CG anime.
Oh well, I definitely got to play. I got to play through it hardcore.
It was good.
Because
more action. It's not the horror side.
Well, we all can say 7 is the best.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Okay, now there's one thing though. There's one thing. I bought 7 about a month ago, and like I said, I haven't played scary games. I was listening to Livewire's ass cussing and fussing every time that he was playing it while we were online, and I'm like, "Hey man!" And everybody, like my son, he sat there and came to me. He played it. He said, "Hey man, he says, Pops, it's scary, man."
It is.
I'm
scary.
like. So I've been kind of nervous. So what I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? Because K-Mega's a real one, right? I'm going to stream it while I'm playing it.
Oh,
and
Mega,
so you can see my reaction.
I want you to do this. You have a good headset, right?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said you got a good headset, right? That supports Dolby Atmos.
Yeah. I do.
You want that cranked up to like as high as you can because
man, I ain't trying to go to that
because
level.
of the fact that you need to, because the audio in that game is
what
what gives it
guy,
so
right?
good.
People know that I'm a big guy, so if I'm running up under shit, you know what I'm saying? They see the picture of me, and then like some creature or element of darkness come out, and I'm like, ah, and then it come like, it's not gonna look good.
Tell you how good.
No, but the thing is,
Bloody telling you right though.
It's the fact of the sounds, because what they did with the RE engine, literally the sounds in that engine are so disgustingly wet and just
he said wet.
It is because of the fact that there's so much food and you just keep dripping.
Hey, you gotta say no homo with that one.
No, he gotta say.
Look,
and sound it is that
though. I think Knuckles went ahead and said, "Hey man, I'm about to play that."
No, but he was painting the very vivid picture. Let him explain.
Yeah, I'm saying because of the fact that you just hear the very just like it's so hard to describe it without using wet words, but it's moist, it's sticky, it's sloshy.
Whoa.
It's just,
Kelly,
sloshy.
Hey man, you saying words,
and you gotta hear what's going on in the background. And you gotta hear what's going on in the background.
I told you it's hard to say it and describe it. It's just disgustingly sloppy.
The females are not in the crew. See, they're not here tonight. You are in trouble because you can't be saying sloshy.
Oh man!
What? Have you never had sloshy boots from being out in the rain and shit?
No.
You know what? No.
I get rained on.
Somebody mute his mic.
Okay. All right.
20-minute timeout.
Yo, it's your first night back, son. Slow down.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I bought the PlayStation VR and Resident Evil and surround sound.
Fucked up.
No, I didn't. No.
Yes, you did.
Hold
Yeah, that
on.
must have been freaky, huh?
Hold on. First of all, I got it for $1.75.
No, I ain't talking about fucked up like that. I'm talking about fucked up like you put yourself in the worst scary possible position.
Yo,
I know
ever
exactly.
be
He
in.
did.
Yo,
Damn.
listen. That game is the best game on Oculus, PlayStation VR, and Vive. That's the best game to play. It is amazing in VR. And I bought that on PlayStation.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That game is creepy.
I heard it's really do. I know the D-batch, you know what I'm saying? And there was one thing that I'll miss all day for is that he can do a good D-batch. Yeah, man, or whatever the hell you do that shit. I would ask him to do the D impersonation. But they but yeah, D would talk about how scary it was. So like I'm like, so man, I can imagine. So
hey, say Kim, let me run a quick F on about it right quick, man.
All right, cool.
Hey, let's check it out. I'm playing. Let me show you how it is. Man, I'm playing the game. Got my girl in here sitting on my lap with me. We get into it. Start playing the game. I'm holding up the controller, and I'm going through it. Everything cool. You know how Resident Evil, everything good. Man, I kid you not. I turned around. That woman was right there. The controller went in one direction. My hands went flying. She going the other way. Man, that game had me on my ear. I said, man, we can't play no more of this right now. We had to turn the game out. We had to play an hour.
It is good.
And it's good. It's real good. Hey, then it said in Louisiana. So that was an extra plus. For everybody to know, it said in Louisiana.
Yeah, my old lady, she been anticipating. She been asking me like when it first came out, are you gonna buy it? Why you ain't bought it yet? Why you ain't bought it? She's kind of like punking me about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you ain't got it? What's wrong? What, you scared? Like, what you talking about, woman?
Look, what I'm excited for is though that RE2 is using the same engine.
So I'm definitely going to jump on it and I'm going to live stream it because I think that it's you know what I'm saying? Look, I mean, we're having fun, man. It's about games. So, and I haven't played a scary game in years. So, and this is supposed to be one of the scariest. So I'm going to jump all in. So yeah, man, it's been sitting there dormant for like about a month and a half now. So
I want to pose a question to you. I want to pose a question to you. What did you learn from playing through the first Dead Space game?
That shit was scary, man.
No, but did you that game should have taught you one important lesson when it comes to horror games? Did you learn from it?
I don't know. I mean, I walked through there. This thing crawled out from.
Never turn around.
Oh, no. The thing that it should have taught you, because that game has made me persist this through any game I played. Doesn't matter if there's anybody that's not moving, you stomp the living shit out of everything and fucking shoot it.
Yeah,
so,
just to be sure.
It took Resident Evil 7. I tell you, take that rule into Resident Evil 7.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I tell you this, when I came in, like I said, I only played so much of the first one of Dead Space. I came in there, I seen the thing come out the vent. And I had the arms and shit, I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna blast him. So I shot him and shit, like, and I took a lot of shots, and I didn't know that he didn't hold a lot of bullets, right, at that time. So I went to start shooting, and so then I had to figure out that I had to shoot them in the leg, and you got to shoot them in the arm or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So I figured it out. But
that also works too.
Yeah, so when I got kind of further in, because I think I'm still on the first ship or whatever, I don't know. I didn't get that far. And so when I got to a point to where there was multiple of them, like there was more than like 3, and I'm hearing noises because I did at that time have a surround sound and shit like that, and I was like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play something else. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, so I got to get back to it. Look, Silent Hill changed my life forever with scary games. I played Silent Hill 1, I played Silent Hill 2, but then when it came to something about Pyramid Head. And I seen that scene where he was in there with that chick and he was knocking her off. And then I was watching through the peephole and watching that, and I came out, and then I go outside, and then I go outside to like the go down the elevator, and then I'm kind of like in a parking lot position, and then I see some shit pop out. It blew me away. It scared the shit out of me. I was done. I ain't played a scary game since after that. So man, I haven't. So I was just like, okay, all right, I can't.
Silent Hill was really good.
On it.
Dude, Silent Hill was trippy as hell.
Another level.
It was like playing a Hellraiser movie.
So exactly.
Now I want to go play a scary game. God damn it!
I love the series, but that series crazy.
No, man, the movie was done right. The first movie,
the first one was done right. The second
the first one was done absolutely
great. 13, right?
What, the game? That game,
No,
I didn't even get the chance to play that trash.
Today is Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
That's the reason why I brought up about Dead Space. I thought it would be a good little segue.
Oh, well, it went into a segue of a whole bunch of other things.
Well, yeah.
I knew that I was
decent.
going to bring up a little
And
bit about
moist.
things.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa, calm down there, sir. You're using it out of context now. You are
repeat.
using it out of context.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so the
It was
question I wanna-
always out of context.
Hey, no, I clarified before I said anything,
Just remember,
sir.
people that's listening, he likes slushies.
I said sloshy.
He had to
Hey, they
reiterate.
got the tapes. They can prove I was using it in context.
Anyway, so no, the question I want to ask you guys was this. It was something that I asked on GRG. I'm sorry, on GRG Uncut. Was okay. So now, this makes me really nervous about what EA strategy is right now. Like, I mean, we know that the team at BioWare, the big boys, they got off of Mass Effect, and then they went on to Anthem. Now, Anthem looked like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. They're going to be in competition with Destiny, but what's going to happen with Mass Effect? And now we hear about what went on with Visceral Games, and now they're closed down. And then it looks like Dead Space is dead. There will not be another Dead Space for a long time. And also there was other games that got brought up. Like, I think Avers brought up the best point that even made me more confident on bringing this point up, was that he said, look at KOTOR, look at Jade Empire, look at all the rest of these really good, strong single player experiences that EA has not brought back that they could have. They had Amy Hennig to do a Star Wars game, and they had the perfect platform for her to do it on by bringing back another KOTOR. Why did they not do that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why did they pull off the BioWare team from their baby, which is Mass Effect? So the question I'm asking to the panel is, are y'all afraid that EA is getting away from the single player experience and selling their soul out for multiplayer because it generates more money? Anybody?
Actually, there is. I mean, but think about it. You got games like Madden. That's like an annually check that comes guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it from that financial point. Oh, you got FIFA. Same exact thing annually. Then you got like Battlefield 5 and coming out, and then how that's going to generate money for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? And you can blame EA, but at the same time, me personally, I think a lot of this stuff, they're making them go that extra mile is because of places like GameStop, when they buy their game and then they sell a game, resell it, and buy it. So what they got to do, they got to figure out different ways to keep you in this game, to keep you from doing it. The number one sold game is Grand Theft Auto. Why? Simple. No used copies in GameStop. Find one. You maybe you can find a 4-leaf clover, but that's be anything. Anything else, brand new.
Yeah, you on point with that, bro.
Very on
Definitely
point.
on point with that, because that's the reason why EA is not supporting single player based games, because of places like GameStop, mom and pop shops, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The places where you actually resell your games to. Best Buy is doing it now. All right. So you got a big retail chain doing the same thing now. You know what I'm saying? And people are selling their used single player based games, and that takes away from the publisher and the ones that develop the game. You're taking money out their pocket. All right, whether you know it or not, you're actually taking money out of those people's pockets for them to feed their families and whatnot. So, you know, Visceral is just an unfortunate casualty. But yeah, it goes with exactly what Chuck said, man. People are taking their single player based games to the store, and they're not keeping them because there's no reason for them to stay with the game once they finish the story. So then they take it back to the store and resell it like nothing.
Right. Now what you doing?
I think,
A game
That's
fighting against
it's sad
itself.
though. It's sad. I mean, Mass Effect is my shit, yo. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get an OG Xbox, man, because of the Mass Effect series, man. I mean, the 360. You know what I'm saying? Before they transitioned from Xbox to 360, I saw the stuff that BioWare was working on. I was already a big fan of KOTOR, big fan of Jade Empire, especially Jade Empire, man. Jade Empire was the fucking shit, man. Where you actually role played as a martial artist. I mean, who does that? You know what I'm saying? And then they came out, they started showing the stuff that they was doing with Mass Effect, dude. That took, you know, I was already a big fan of Halo. I'm just thinking like, yo, wow, Halo fucking taken to the next level. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I agree with Chuck, man.
Okay.
Definitely.
Anybody else want to touch on this?
Yeah, it's just like, like think about it. You come out with a game, and then you put your game on the shelf to be sold, and now your competition It's not the next main game. It's your own damn game. You got to compete against your own damn self. How crazy is that? So why you think we got all this crazy stuff going on? I mean, they need to put a some type of stop, like how the people talking about the DRM. They need to implement something so the developers could get money. So they you know, saying money gonna make them make more games. And that's simple facts. Money get them happy. They gonna make games. They gonna want to make games. They gonna make people interested into being in this go to be on developers and stuff like that. We're gonna get more people, new creativity because they selling. They need to implement something like that. That's why I never tripped about it. So now,
as a matter of fact, to Sony fans, I could actually say, sorry that I interjected, Chuck, but to Sony fans, I could actually give this as a bone, man. Heavenly Sword. That's one of the reasons you never saw a sequel.
That's right.
All right, because of all the return copies.
Games.
All right, so no, I'm saying even Sony might have sold 1.5 million physical, but I'm sure there's at least 5 million gamers out there that played it easily. All right, but they bought used copies. My own cousin that owns a PS4, that's a diehard PlayStation fan, went out and he always buys everything new. He bought Heavenly Sword used. Okay, and I even told him, I was like, dude, man, you know that you're not actually supporting the title by buying it used, bro. You know that, right? He's like, no, it's just I ain't have money. It's all right, it's all good. But if you never see a sequel, that's one of the reasons why, bro.
I'm gonna tell you another thing this generation that's been real crazy. A lot of these big AAA titles haven't been performing, and you got these big companies figuring like, what the hell's going on? So it's more.
And they wonder why people want to go all digital.
They're really, you know, before every time a God of War came out or any big AAA title, people went out there and bought it automatically. Now, with the internet the way it is and all these reviews and the Metacritics, people are taking steps back, going reading first, say, I'll wait. It's a lot of on the fence gaming right now, and that's been this whole generation. So sales also reflect how big companies respond to making or investing into other titles or main franchises. It's been happening.
Right, but I think that's why Xbox saying active users now, because that's way more important, because you get like people with marketing and stuff like that. They want to know the interaction in them on the active user. They don't care how many consoles out there. They want to know how much stuff going on a day-to-day basis. That's where the money's lying at. So that is the future. So
it is.
GameStop, y'all finna be RIP.
Even on YouTube, we all do our channels and stuff, and YouTube changed it from subscribers to how long somebody's viewing your content. Because you can have 1 million subscribers and you got 1,000 constant people every day that may watch all 10 minutes of your video. They want people's attention span. You understand? So this is the same thing in the video game world. They want people, like the subject Mega brought up, people not finish single player games because people are just jumping on.
Break that up yet.
All right, we ain't got there yet.
You're jumping the gun yet.
People want to be active. That's what they want to know.
They just want to see activity at the end of the day. Constant activity.
Also, think about this, though. How many games have only come out digitally? I think that's another venue where single-player games could actually thrive.
That's
like
what
Ninja Theory did with Hellblade.
Yep, absolutely.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? By throwing it digital only, you're guaranteeing the sales.
But think about it. That only can be done with a AA or single A game. You can't do that with a AAA game.
Hellblade is like a super indie game.
It's like a double A.
Double A teetering on AAA.
Right.
Yeah, Hellblade is a double A, triple A. Yeah, like teetering on a triple A. That game could be classified as a triple A.
It can be
graphically. There's a couple of limitations. Yeah,
but no, it's definitely it definitely plays, looks, feels like a triple A. But we all know that was a indie development small team game.
No, the way that game looked, not by that game looked.
It wasn't a lot of people on that game, Mega.
No, I know it's only 20 people that was on the game.
Right, that's a small title.
I know, but what I'm saying,
he knows that. He's just saying by the way it looked, bro.
No question.
You're talking about the team.
Yeah. I get you talking about the team, but you still jumping the gun. We'll talk about that here in a second, but I will here a little bit later. But I just wanted to get y'all thoughts about EA because I'm a little concerned, man, because like Mass Effect is one of my all-time favorite franchises of all time, next to the mighty Tekken and to, just countless others like The Witcher, you know what I'm saying? The game of the generation.
Tekken 7 wasn't mine.
The Unbeatable.
I don't. I mean, the overall Tekken universe is the franchise is still top notch to me. Tekken 7's story was the best that it ever was, in my opinion, because
yes, it was
of how they tied in everything, the climactic ending of father and son, and how that came to a abrupt end.
I'm a little biased.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you like a motherfucker. I shed a tear because I was like, "What are you talking about?" No.
Tekken 7 is good. It just don't look good.
Well,
dude, it looks better than any other previous Tekken.
Let's be real though. Let's be real about this though, Lemon.
It looks better than any previous Tekken.
Tekken 7 looks insane. And
it looks good, but it's a 2-year-old game because it's been in the arcades back in Japan for 2 years before they ported it over.
True. And the fact that there was a couple of things about Tekken 7 that fell short because when I jumped back and I was playing Tekken 6 with my son and I showed those clips on Twitter, like, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of the balancing was better on Tekken 6 than it was on Tekken 7. The DLC for Tekken 7 was absolutely atrocious. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Characters look here.
Howard works. Noctis does not.
Come on. But anyway, we're going left. Let's stay on topic. But I'm just saying for the franchise,
they're talking about new DLC though too.
Right, I know that they're going to do a season 2, which I hope that they fix the issues.
I hope they do better because
they robbed everybody else the first time around.
Saved my life.
Dude,
Noctis would have worked in SoCal, not Tekken. Just
man, where I'm going to make my money. I don't know. What 100? You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, all right, damn. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I got to bring something up about Tekken though, man. You know what I'm saying? A couple of weeks back, maybe about a month or so. You know what I'm saying? I got invited to a Xbox Live party with K-Mega, 100, Jeff Jam Bam, a couple of cats, and they was all playing. Oh, and Bloody Nux, you know what I'm saying? They was all playing Tekken 7, and of course K-Mega was putting the smackdown on everybody. You know what I'm saying? He put the smackdown on me with that fucking damn panda and shit. That shit got me heated. Right? I fucking. Besides that, though, I decided to go back to the lab. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get mad. I just went back to the lab and shit. You know what I'm saying? And started playing Tekken. I pulled out my fight stick. And then I've realized after all these years, because I'm not a big Tekken fan. I normally play 2D fighters, DL Wave, a 2 fighter. That's my shit. But I see that the fight mechanics is all different. You only, I was playing like a 2D fighter against Mega. Now I'm pulling off 10 and 12 hit combos. So Mega, this weekend, I want to take your ass on. All right? You know what I'm saying? We gotta have it. We're gonna go at it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta pay the bill.
I've also been in the lab because one of my boys who I work with, because one of my boys who I work with plays like online all the time. Like he's top ranked and he's a Josie player and a Jin player. So he's been making me work hard to really get wins when we play at work. So Mega, I'm also stepping up my shit because I'm busting out some new characters.
Hey, they say K-Mega don't play no games, but play me in Tekken. Hey, Bam Bam.
Hey, wait till SoCal comes out. Wait till SoCal comes out.
Hey, man, I'm more deadly. I made my son quit playing Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 2, he said, I'm done. I'm never playing with you again. And he never touched Soul Calibur.
I'm a Soul Calibur head as well, bro.
Hey,
so,
Lawrence,
Soul Cal's my shit.
Lawrence, our boy Lawrence, he's in fighting tournaments. And and me and him went at it in Soul Calibur 2, and I beat him. And you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't ever try to brag about my gaming skills. Like I say, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm live on the 405, man. I'm talking to the regular. I'm a regular gamer. I'm a regular gamer talking to the
Mega.
Gotta pay the bills. I said it like 18 times.
I didn't hear you say anything. Black Coffee Blues. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. He says, please live stream Outlast 2. I will donate the cost of the game just to have you doo-doo in your pants. Also, 100 is my man plus 50 grand. You know what? I appreciate it. You know what? I will get that game and I will live stream it. I will get back into playing scary games again. And look, man, you know what I'm saying? I need to get back into them because I used to play them hardcore for so many years. And then, like I said, after Silent Hill 3, everything changed for me, except, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Resident Evil 4, and I only played a little bit of 4. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? 4 was a little bit.
You didn't beat 4?
No, I didn't beat 4. It was weird because I played it on the GameCube. I didn't like those controllers. I didn't like the
controls was terrible. It was primitive. Left,
absolutely.
analog.
I didn't. And so that's the only time I had it. And
another
so
real good one that came out was Layers of Fear.
But I went and I beat 5.
Yeah,
I beat 5, and of course I beat every other one. I beat 3 with Nemesis. I beat 2, of course, and then my favorite one still of all time is Code Veronica.
Code Veronica is the best, baby.
Yeah, off of Dreamcast, that's still the best.
Code Veronica was the shit.
And you know what? They jacked it up when they brought it to PlayStation. Remember that?
Yeah,
I even like that first-person shooter.
He edited it and cut it all up. I was like, man, this ain't even.
You know what I'm saying? But Resident Evil 5 and I got Resident Evil 6 and I played the very beginning of it, but everybody talked so bad about it that I just put it up. I didn't even give it a chance. So now I'm gonna give it a chance. People say,
give it a chance. It's actually pretty decent.
But getting to the real scary games like the Evil Within and shit like that, I need to get back into my mojo, man. I need to get back into it. K-Mega plays all genres. I'm going to get back into it. So I'll do it.
Well, Mega, somebody's saying they're going to donate Outlast for you just to see your expression.
Oh, well, if you go ahead, do that.
Yeah, he said that. Let's say his name. His name is Black Coffee Blue.
Oh, go ahead, Black Coffee. Go ahead and donate the game. Put that in the DMs. K-Mega, K-Mega 4, and you know what I'm saying, and I will put it up and put it in the box, and I will stream it, man. I'll probably stream it next week because tomorrow I got to be at work at 3:30 in the morning. What the hell am I doing? I'm still up. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I will definitely stream it next week. You know what I'm saying. I do my Halo thing every Saturday with the Don, and I want to get back to doing the whole big thing to where everybody can jump in so we can start playing competition wise on Halo, and then I want to bring fight nights again, but I'll just talk about that later. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Somebody say fight night. Somebody say fight night.
No.
But talk about all fighting games, not boxing, bro.
No, I'm talking about. I'm going to start.
We can do fight night too. Y'all scared?
No, I can do.
We can do fight night. Just prepare. Just prepare yourself.
What I'm saying.
Just prepare yourself.
Your son is a game.
Oh shit!
I don't die in real life. This
I just got to find the right day to do it. I don't know if it's going to be Thursday night where I should start streaming fight night, or if it's going to be like Sunday night, because Saturday night belongs to Halo. Friday night, I try to stay up, but after a long weeks of work, my ass usually be saying, "Oh, I'll be gaming with y'all. I'll be in it."
It'd be good for Sunday though, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would have watched Sunday football during the day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I might do that then. Sunday nights might be the night for doing some fighting streaming, and we could do fight night.
Don't make no hollow promises, K-Mega.
No, I will do that shit. I love Injustice.
GRG game night was popping.
Even the
night will be back, baby.
K-Mega act like he the only one with a job.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. You know what? I am the only one with a job that has no consistent hours. Like everybody mostly have a consistent hour where they go from 8 to 5. My shit, like today, I had to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then like,
hold on, let me go get the world's smallest violin. I don't want to hear this.
Hey man, I'm just saying. That's why I had to be at work.
I had to be to work at 2:30 so I can make a lot of money. Oh, I feel sorry.
I'm with you, man.
I don't have no set times, bro. Y'all clowning, man. Don't be clowning. Don't be dogging me. I'm just working. I got 10 mouths to feed. Anyway, I'm sound like that dude from that damn movie. Anyway. So we went completely left. What damn time is it? Lord have mercy.
It's 10 o'clock, bro.
I need the ladies to be here because I always
9:49.
All right. Come on, let's do this. All right.
This is what happens when the girls are away. We don't fucking do shit.
Yeah, dudes start talking about slushies and getting peed on.
In VR. I did not say that.
I'm gonna skip 3, and if we got time to go back to the third topic, I will. But let's get into let's get into this right here, and that's no, I gotta go to 2. Shit, we didn't even get to 3. Damn, we still on the first one.
Damn.
Yakuza might be coming to the Xbox. The developers at Sony, at Sega have said that they are interested in wanting to bring Yakuza and other games to the Xbox platform. Now, the question I want to give this Kaleidoscope because I know he's hyped for this. Do you think that Yakuza is going to come to the Xbox platform? And do you think, and if you think that there's any other titles that Sega has that's going to come, what games do you think that they might bring with them to the Xbox?
All right. Well, yeah, I think Yakuza actually has a very strong chance of coming over to the Xbox. I mean, with all the people tweeting Phil about it recently and hitting him up on his DMs, I'm sure he already got the word. All right. And plus, Sega wants to do it. All right. And why? Because they said, last generation, or not last generation, it was actually this generation, right? On the Wii U, they bought Yakuza's 1 and 2, and it flopped majorly because they don't like those type of games. But they have a strong suspicion, right, that people on the Xbox like those types of games. But I'm thinking they're looking at what's been going on this year. You know what I'm saying? With Dragon Ball Fighter Z, with Monster Hunter World hitting it big, Resident Evil from last year, Final Fantasy 15, they're starting to say, like, wait, a lot of motherfuckers on Xbox seem to like Japanese games. Well, of course, man. Where the hell you think we buy PlayStations at? In the U.S. as well. All right. It just makes sense, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at first I was thinking it might be something because of culture. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they Japanese, we American, this, and that. They don't want to put it on an American console. But they see it from the way if we making sales in Japan, then it's good, right? That means it'll sell in the rest of the world, right? But it's not necessarily like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to put it on all platforms. Like that, you see more of a return. All right. And yeah, Yakuza, I think, could go very far on the Xbox, man. We love brawlers on the Xbox, bro. We like shooting type games. Now, even though it's more of a brawler, open world type shit based on like the Spike Out engine from back in the day in the arcades, but I think that shit could go a very long way on the Xbox platform. And it's the type of games that they should bring. Bring Atlas's library over as well, man. They're under Sega's wing and shit. Bring Persona 5 and whatnot. See what types of gamers we have over here on the Xbox camp. You know what I'm saying? Because I would definitely pick up Persona in a heartbeat.
You say Persona, you always have to say the penis demon. You have to say that.
The penis demon.
You gotta whisper it. You gotta whisper it.
Penis demon.
You
gotta bring Madara.
Persona.
Man, they can bring Persona, bring over the next Persona fighting game. Matter of fact, I would like to see that crossover. That Blaze Brew crossover, whatever it's called, I'm not sure.
That game it's on PC and it's on PlayStation. I'm also Switch. Pissed off. Yeah, and Switch, right? And I'm over here contemplating which do I want to get on the PC or do I want to get on the 4? Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it pisses me off. And the EX layer that is going to be only on the PC and on a fucking, but it's going to be on PlayStation 4 first, and then it's going to eventually come to PC. Which Xbox is dropped the gun on that. I'm really pissed about that as well.
Which one?
EX layer.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but it's because
you talking about that shit with Dark and them, the OEX.
Yeah,
the EX.
That game even got that game even got no damn story mode.
No, I don't care. That game is gonna be
just a fighting.
It don't even got a training mode. You got a trick the cater mode to play arcade mode.
I still want it on the box. The Xbox is look.
I don't want no half-ass game.
Hey man, look, listen.
That shit works in Street Fighter 5. Let me shut up. Be quiet.
On Xbox. That's what we need.
Motherfucker got 16 characters and have ready to work.
No.
The motherfucker online all fucked up and shit. Keep that shit.
Good, man. Look good. I'm gonna be. Hey, man. I'm gonna be on my PlayStation 4 talking to the fam on Xbox Live, man. Because once that game drop on the 28th, I'm gonna be all over it.
Man, jealous. This is off topic, but we need King of Fighters, bro.
Oh,
last King of Fighters.
King of Fighters. I said King of Fighters was better than Street Fighter 5. And it's a fact, but now
King of Fighters.
They can keep Street Fighter 5.
It's better
Didn't they just do 98 on back compat? Because it's so.
We ain't buying no more 98s, no 2000s, no 2001s, 2017s. I want the real damn thing. I'm tired of buying. I own damn near every King of Fighter on Xbox that exists. I'm not buying no more.
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm tired.
Because he wants the new one.
Give me the new one. You would have made more money going multi-plat.
The new one is dope.
Throw this shit on the Switch.
You sound like
Honey, you need a Snickers, bro. You getting
you sound like an angry fanboy. What was that?
I ain't no fan, man. I am a fanboy, but goddamn, I'll put this way: you would have made more money. You would have made it multi-plat.
Somebody get this man a Snickers.
I agree.
Man, get this man.
Made it multi-flat. But then, you know what I'm saying? No, negotiating. Fuck all that shit. Telling y'all, man. I'm
in phone mode.
Oh,
he keeping it a buck, yo.
And you talking about that game that I didn't watch 15 times, and they don't got a story mode. They want you to pay for that. So I'm gonna get it anyway. What?
Hey man, look. We don't want all, listen. We don't want all the.
You getting a broken game?
No,
I don't want knack. I don't want the order.
You might as well go. You have a better experience playing that than playing that garbage.
I don't want the what was the I don't want Infamous Son.
Yo,
you might as well need to go grab that.
Series, I won't deny that. But look, some of those games that are exclusive, especially the Japanese games, aren't exclusive because of the fact that they got some deal with Sony.
No, they aren't.
And put it on Xbox.
Yeah, it's because of the fact that they're Japanese companies that trusted putting it with a Japanese company. That's what it was. Sega has had the Yakuza series, and I'll take over from here. Is that the Yakuza series has been exclusive to PlayStation because the first one launched on the PS2 back in 2003. And I remember playing the Yakuza series when I was like 12 at the time and fucking loving it because of the fact that it was something cool and unique. It was one of my early transitions into Japanese culture. And from there, every game has just been on the PlayStation because that's where Sega just had it. A lot of the games that are coming over that are Japanese are not exclusive because they signed some deal or were published by Sony. No, they were literally just Japanese companies trusting a Japanese company. That's all it was. So if you're saying
keep it a buck, it's a Japanese handout.
Yeah, but here's the thing, no, because the fact that we've seen the support that Japanese do want to try and push in Western audiences, but the fact is, it depends on who they're trusting. We saw it first succeed with Peter Moore back in the early days of Xbox. Then we saw Donnie D, and he shot everyone in the foot because he said, "Fuck all of you, I'm gonna do what I want." And Terry Myerson didn't give a shit about them either.
Donnie
those two together really burned a lot of bridges.
Donnie D burned a lot of bridges.
Yeah. So we're seeing now that they want to try and rebuild that kinship. And what we saw at E3, especially us that were there personally, we saw the Japanese support.
Repeat that again. Repeat that.
Yeah, we saw it live. We know
we're doing it live.
Exactly. We're always doing it live. But we saw the amount of Japanese support that's coming, which is a strong amount. We already know that Sega went to Redmond at the Xbox campus and was working on something with Xbox. This game does have an audience because of the fact that it is a beat 'em up. It is an action. Yes, it is very Japanese. It is absurd. It has a lot of random shit to do from the minigames. That's enjoyable for people who want a lot of things to do, that wants to kind of just enjoy themselves. But the thing is, we've seen those kinds of games succeed. Did anyone play Sleeping Dogs? Very much.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Sleeping Dogs too. I don't give a damn about Yakuza. Give me Sleeping Dogs too. Give me Sleeping Dogs too. No, I already know the company went down and everything. Killer Phil, can you please do me a favor? I don't ask for too much. You know what I'm saying? Let's go find a way to find somebody. Let's make us a killer. Let's go make our own Japanese game. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping Dogs 2.
First of all,
I love that game. I beat that game about 1,600 times. I love how the environments and everything. You can throw some body head in the grinder and all that. I ain't worrying about Yakuza. I want to worry about something that's. Give me something that's new.
A lot of people talk.
It's been like 25 million Yakuzas.
I've never played.
We on Yakuza what? 17?
Hang on.
I haven't played Yakuza. Yakuza plays like Grand Theft Auto. Let's just.
I've never played Yakuza,
but honey, you may not want it. That's fine. But there is an audience, and it goes like this. I'm gonna give you an analogy, and
you and Kaleidoscope gonna be the only people that's gonna buy that shit.
But that doesn't matter. No matter how small there is for an audience,
ain't nobody else buying
it. A community. I'm gonna tell you this right here.
They're not in what community? That community is small.
A lot of people thought they wasn't gonna buy Monster Hunter. Look what happened.
If you open
Monster Hunter is more Americanized.
No,
let's keep it real.
That's like all the previous.
It's more Americanized.
No, it's not
anything.
Americanized at
Okay,
all. They just,
all right. Tell me, okay, why Ruby didn't sell on Xbox? Hang on, why did Ruby didn't sell on Xbox? I bought Ruby.
Cut that man off. Cut that man off.
Oh, my God.
I'm done talking for the night. I'm done talking.
No. So it's just like your mic on like
the stage. Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, your mic is on like 4,000. Like you just seem like you just grabbed the mic and put it in your throat and just started.
I got a new mic. Y'all testing out my. I got a new mic.
Your headphone, your headset came.
The thing is, 100.
Hold on.
It's still Japanese. They didn't westernize it. They just made it accessible.
Knuckles.
Breathe.
I've been breathing.
I know.
Why y'all telling me to breathe? Why not that man? Come on now.
Because I want to say something right fast, and I just want to just breathe. Let me say this. Okay, so I just wanted to make this point to 100, right? Okay, I got my PlayStation on right now. These are a lot of PlayStation games that are on the PS4 that I want on my Xbox. So Xbox needs to get with it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Phil Spencer is not the biggest fan of fighting games, but he needs to make sure that he takes care of the fighting, pay respects to the people that are fighters, fans in the Xbox community. Okay. Blaze Blue Central Fraction. Why the hell is that? We got a Blaze Blue, but why don't we have Central Fraction? That's very disappointing to me.
I hate that series.
No, I love that series.
I'm gonna let Megan finish his point, and I'm gonna give him a bust.
Let me finish.
And right in the head.
Okay, Guilty Gear Xrd Renovator, Renovator 2. You know what I'm saying? That should be on Xbox as well. That should be because these are third parties. All right, let me keep going down. Yes, we already got Nier Automata. Keep on. Okay, all right. Now, if they pulled this out of the hat, then I know that Xbox is winning. And you know what I'm saying? For me, I'm not speaking for everybody, but for me, if they pull out a Saint Sienna Soldier Soul, because those games are fire.
Saint Seiya?
Yeah, Saint Seiya. Those games, I got that on the PlayStation. That game is fire. Now, the only reason why people
that's classic though, man.
It's legit. I got the latest one, right? I got it on PC because I didn't know about it until I got it on the PC, and then I seen it was on the 4. So
How's it play? How's it play?
Oh,
it's been a while since I've seen one of those.
It's so good. But the reason why you ain't seen it is because the bastards banned you. They'll hit you up for content infraction on if you post it. But you know what? I think I might just go ahead and just do it anyway because the game looks so good.
Oh yeah, you can stream it though.
Yeah. Don't do it on your YouTube channel, but do it on Mixer.
Okay, I'll do it on Mixer then because that game is dope. I like playing as my horoscope Virgo, even though his ultimate
horoscope Virgo.
I'm a Virgo, man, the king of kings. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Anyway,
all in your mind.
Shit. The king of fighters. You know what I'm saying? 15. That's no excuse for Xbox not to have that game. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
But Megan, you want to blame Xbox and Phil. How they don't want to bring that game over?
Well, I don't. You know what
they never said. Hang on. Xbox never said they didn't want no Guilty Gear.
JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Well, we used to have it.
Well, you need to go. You know what you need to do? You need to go ask the developer why they ain't on Xbox instead of blaming Xbox. Instead of blaming Phil, instead of blaming all these people why these games ain't over. You need to go ask them why you guys ain't bringing over to the West.
PlayStation winning with the fighting games. I never thought I would say that, but
PlayStation because they handouts, Mega.
Winning.
They goes to them. They say, hey, can we put it on there? You think I don't want to play the new King of Fighters?
We need to get at the developers. We need to get at the developers and let them know.
But Hunted, we're not yelling at Phil or anything. We showed them.
No, he mentioned Phil. He said Phil. I listened to Meg. I listened to what he did.
The attempts, bro.
You're not listening.
Mic away from your mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it way away.
Way away.
That shit picks up everything.
Yeah, but he was saying that he was making the attempts to help bridge that gap. We know it's on the developers, and we see that developers are making that support.
But why you even? I put this way, them games, I would love them games. Some of them, I put this way, is it a Guilty Gear on Xbox? Period. Because I always play Guilty Gear on PlayStation.
Yeah, there was Guilty Gears on PlayStation. I mean on Xbox.
On the 360. On the 360.
Okay, because I know
them all. I mean,
didn't we have Guilty Gear XX?
Actually, we had Guilty Gear since the OG Xbox, really.
Yeah.
No,
So
because
that's what
I'm here playing. I mean, I'm asking the question. See, don't jump on me. I'm just asking the question.
No, I gotta jump on you because you.
As a matter of fact, the first
no, I'm just
game
but think about it. Y'all want these games,
called
but these games.
Reload.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Do these really games sell on any console? So you think my thing is? I don't think it's my. Hang on, my beef is. My beef is if I was a developer,
why the chat is asking you, or do you have an inside voice because you are loud?
Yeah. Well, I'm Ja Rule. They call me Young Ja Rule.
Yeah, but Hunted, this is what I was trying to say earlier when you were going off. Is that
maybe you know you could do it. You can do it
game
yourself.
Franchise is gonna have a niche audience.
I forgot. Let me go ahead and do that.
But thing about everybody wants these Japanese games. Everybody want these Japanese games, right?
I'm talking about a whole bunch of Japanese shit I don't play.
Yeah, and a lot of people. Hang on, I play them. Hang on, I play them. Hang on, no, I play them. I play Japanese games.
No, I was telling Live, he doesn't like them. That's fine. That's his opinion.
Yeah, but think about it. Why? Okay, put this way. You gotta
does that sound better, y'all? Does that sound better?
Yeah. Okay. So ask this question. Okay, you put it out on these systems, right? You want to make money off these systems, right? If they come to a bust, why put that's time? That's development cost. That's advertising costs. That's all that type of stuff.
Look, that's the point that we're trying to make. That's the point that I've had the most negative spot about Xbox is that is the for this generation, not overall. For this generation is that look, don't look at numbers, don't look at that. Just bring the game, and then for the games that came out this generation, bring them back again. Don't look at user rate. Don't look at the sales because we don't know if they sold well or if they sold like trash. It's because they kept their mouth closed for the most part. The fact of it is that the one thing that PlayStation does is that they keep on drilling these games down your throats, and you will eventually like them or not.
But Mega, they don't buy them.
But
Mega, they don't buy them.
The PlayStation fans don't buy all their games either. But
no, I'm talking about PlayStation fans ain't buying that shit.
That's what I'm saying. But they're
not buying them. So why would you? Okay, so no, you got a small audience. Okay. We are the audience. It's you, Bloody, and everybody else. If I'm a developer, think about it.
I don't want to hear that.
I put it this way: take the consumer. Hang on, take the consumer. Yeah, but take the consumer out of you and put the business person in.
I am bringing the consumer in me.
Bring the business person. Why? Okay, I put it on PlayStation.
Way more money.
No, I put it on PlayStation because what? They have the 80 trillion consoles sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I only do 500 grand. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if I really want $1 million, so if it goes 75, and then I can go talk to Microsoft and we can kind of make a deal or something. And let's go look at the analytics. Xbox people ain't really Japanese people. A bunch of Japanese people.
Listen. That's irrelevant because
we're a shooter box. I mean, we gonna keep it a buck. We already are a shooter box.
No, everybody's
a shooter box,
bro.
No, we are a shooter box.
100. Everybody.
I got a lot of Japanese games.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're in the minority. I got a bunch of I love Japanese games, but we're in the minority.
Let me explain to why you're wrong about this. Because Last Odyssey wouldn't have sold well. Blue Dragon wouldn't have sold well.
But Mega, we ain't talking about last gen. We talking about this gen.
We're talking in general, though.
We talking about this gen. Think about it. They're not selling like they not selling like they sold last gen.
Bro.
Yeah, but you have to cover all.
You gotta understand.
All genres.
You hang on, but you gotta understand. We got millennials. Like I'm looking for Black Desert. I'm looking for Black Desert to come out. I can't wait for Black Desert to come out. But what? I'm looking for Black Desert to come out. But who's talking about Black Desert? What are you talking about?
Hold on. 100. As a platform holder, shouldn't you want to make games for everybody that owns your platform?
But I don't want to lose no money.
But that's the thing. Microsoft is not putting in any money into it.
You're not losing no money.
And how much they already sell as it is. While I love the Yakuza series, it's not a multi-million selling series. While each game sells several million each game, That's across several games and several generations.
Okay, and you gotta look at Persona as well. The penis demon. If you look at that, if you look at that rotten cotton, if you look at the Persona series franchise, plus before that, Knuckles, tell me out what the name of the series before Persona.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Thank you. If you look,
exactly,
they did not sell worth a damn. This is the best-selling Persona game ever. And it's only over 2.2 million. It's not even at 3 million yet. And the fact of it is that they kept on bringing the game. They kept on.
So you want somebody to force feed you? I ain't no damn baby.
No, you're
dude. I would like to have more options.
It's more
for the platform that I enjoy playing on.
Guess what I like to have more options on? New Japanese IPs. I don't want nothing that came from the other side.
What? It's a third party, bro. What are you talking about?
They third party, but guess who they cater to? They go cater to their own. So I would rather have Microsoft. Hang on, they cater to their own. So you know what? No, what I want a Japanese game that's built up from the ground up that Microsoft produced.
That GIF where that gay guy is holding his chest real tight, like he's like, oh Lord.
See, y'all think I'm ignorant. See, I'm a smart. So y'all call me a smart.
Can we get Korean Jesus to come and help this man?
No, man. Look.
See, John 3:16. See, I'm gonna hit y'all with.
But the fact of it is that you're singling out everybody else that may. Okay, it's just like Chaos, right? Chaos, our boy Chaos. He likes to play Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, right?
Yep.
That's
Japanese.
I got the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. I used to love the Yu-Gi-Oh card games on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. And then they went left and they became a little bit too technical and they just weren't original like I used to love them. And so when I seen that they kind of brought back they had the old set from the original Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Then I was like, I might need to go ahead. So I went and bought that Yu-Gi-Oh game. The fact of it is,
can I ask you one question?
No, let me finish.
Can I ask you one question? No, you can't. No, you've been talking too long. I ain't said nothing yet.
You just started talking.
You know what? The Ejecto-C-Cuz is coming. Let me finish.
All right. 100 said I
ain't like I ain't got kicked out before.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what happened. Let me finish what I'm saying. The point of the matter is that, look, I don't think the Yu-Gi-Oh sold worth a damn on either platform, but the fact of it is that it's available. It's a much more important, and it makes gamers happy for the fact that they don't have to go buy another console to go and get that experience when it's right there available to them. So for those games that I mentioned that's on the PlayStation 4, that if I didn't have that platform and I knew that they had them, I might have to change it, be a PlayStation 4 complete, you know what I'm saying, a gamer on that system full time because they have all the fighters that I want.
You'll be Pony Rise.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll be Pony Rise if that's the case. But the fact of it is that why Xbox cannot bring those games there. I know Phil is working his ass off and doing what he's supposed to do. But I also know that Phil doesn't like fighters. He needs to bring fighters into the space of Xbox because there is a big demographic that loves fighters. That's all I'm saying. Yep. That's all I'm saying.
Pay the bill. Pay the bill. Pay the bill. Pay the bill.
And look at what they've done, especially bringing Bandai. They've announced 2 massive fighting games on their stage back to back. Last year we had Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is huge, and this year we got Jump Force, which is another big thing coming out, as well as we got to pay the bills. But they are making that push.
Go ahead and pay the bill. Somebody said I've been talking too long. You might be right on
that. So
Cyrus Burks was good. He says, "What's up, y'all? Glad to see Bloody back. Go check out my boy Bloody's first video today. Facts."
It's Fast Podcast tomorrow.
Question.
Yeah, but as I was saying, man, like Xbox is bringing over the fighters. Yes, we want more. We want to see some others that you want. We want to see more of King of Fighters as well as other games, Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, and all the others come back. But what I'm saying is that the fact is, Hunted, is that they are making those attempts with those developers and those studios to bring those games over. It doesn't matter if they've been on PS4 for however long. It's the fact that there's an attempt and they're looking at the demand and the audience and saying, you know what, we're willing to take the chance and bring that stuff over, because the more that people are willing to risk and bring it over, the more that they're willing to commit and do more in the future. Look at the fact that we're already getting more of Devil May Cry. You know, we had 4 when that came out, and there hasn't been much else since. And now they wanted to premiere Devil May Cry 5 on the Xbox stage this year at E3. We're seeing that there is that strong push. We know they've had a strong push with Capcom. There's building a better relationship with Bandai Namco, who does the biggest
Sega.
of all their.
Weren't you playing Shining Resonance recently?
I was playing Shining Resonance, and that was a big thing that they got from Sega, because that's a series that's never been on Xbox. And with Refrain, they completely remade the first game and the new engine with the new styles, and that game is fun. They are making those pushes and those connections to bring more. The more that we show that there is some coming from the back and what's come out already, the more inclined we are to see what's going to come in the future. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Can I get at something? Y'all want to talk about Japanese fighters, right?
Bloody just knocked it out the park.
No, but y'all talking about Japanese fighters. We got Japanese fighters. They just old, though. They old, though.
Anybody else want to touch on this?
I've been trying to talk for the last fucking 10 minutes, man.
Okay, go ahead. Damn.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, like, everybody's talking about, like, what Microsoft. Look, Xbox is a console, is it not? So they want all the games, right? Isn't that the whole purpose of having a whole? Yeah. So what's this whole conversation about people talking about what Phil wants? It's not what Phil wants. It doesn't matter what the fuck he wants.
It's what we want.
It doesn't. It does. They want everything. They want all the games if they can get them on the console. The whole thing. The only reason why certain games aren't on there is because the development team isn't big enough in order to, put it on all platforms. That's the only reason why it's not on everything. Because look, if they could do it, they would do it. Yes, there are those blind loyalists that are saying, "Oh, well, I only want my game on PlayStation because I love PlayStation and whatever," right? Yeah. Of course, there's always going to be those people, and it's up to Microsoft to go in and try to woo those people and say, "Come on, you can't just only cater to Sony. You gotta spread the wealth." I mean, you're secluding yourself from this whole other demographic. But at the end of the day, it ain't Microsoft saying we don't want these games. It's the devs that are saying that. Because look, man, if you make a game, depending on what your philosophy is, it's like, look, are we going to only cater to a specific fan base? We're only going to cater to a specific platform. That really comes down to the dev and the deal that they made. That's really what it is. It is Microsoft's job to try to go out there, and what they've done, kind of going out there into Japan and telling these people, like, look, man, y'all not selling PlayStations out this bitch. Not in Japan like that. So if y'all want your games to sell, you can't only sell it on, PlayStation and expect it to sell, especially with games like when Hellblade did. Like, Hellblade just did fucking 1 million not too long ago. 1 million. That bitch is on everything. Yep. And it just did 1 million. And it's been out since
Think about before it came out on Xbox, it was barely at half of 500,000.
That's what I'm saying. And it's a critically acclaimed game, but yet it only did 500,000 on. It did 200, 250 on PlayStation, and another 250 on PC. And over time, I don't know what the numbers tallied up to.
I think it took 3 months before it hit 500,000.
Yeah, but now it's at 1 million after it arrived on Xbox. Yeah,
within what, a month, 2 months, something like that.
Well, but we don't know what it could have been at 700. We have no idea.
Yeah, it could have been at 750.
Still, that extra push is what makes it different.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and it matters to have that shit on all platforms. But it's not Phil, saying, well, you know what? I like Super Lucky's Tales. So guess what? All the games are going to be Super Lucky's Tales. No. Like, this is the whole thing that kills me with the whole narrative. Like, Microsoft only got Super Lucky's Tales and Disney Tycoon and some other whatever the fuck. I'm just like, yo, number one, Super Lucky's Tales. Phil didn't cancel a game to get Super Lucky's Tales. That should probably cost like $25,000 to get made or something like that.
Yeah, because
it's fun and it's dope.
But this is the thing that kills me. But this is the thing that kills me. Cass will be like, yo, Microsoft canceled Scalebound. That was like $80 million. So he can get Super Lucky Tale. Like, bitch, he already lost $80 million. Like, what the fuck are you talking about Super Lucky Tale?
Yeah.
Conversation.
And you know what? To kind of run off where you're going from live, I also said this on the Salty podcast last night. And what it is that we're seeing that push. Yes, we know that there's a lot of people who say for Phil and Xbox say, you know, fuck Japan, you know, forget that market. Xbox isn't selling over there. They don't care. No, if you're saying and going with that mindset or believing in that, get the hell out, because of the fact that that's not what it's about. It's about helping to expand all markets. Yes, the Xbox console is not selling over there. That's absolutely fine. But you know what they are doing is they're sending devs over there to say, look, we can help y'all with the porting process because we help streamline it. If y'all have trouble using our tools, we will send employees to help you understand how the architecture works and help make that process easier. We'll give y'all free, you know, dev kits, especially with the Scorpios and the X's. They're like, we'll give y'all the dev kits so that way y'all have something to use and practice with. Y'all don't have to do it all yourselves and not know what y'all are putting out for. That's what's also making the big difference and helping to make that push for things to come over, because we've seen that they have committed to doing that.
Yeah, it's all about catering to all markets.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
Think about that other niche Japanese title, Ease Origin. That shit came out a couple of months back. That shit blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, wow.
Check this out. This is one of the things I thought would be smart, especially for Game Pass. They should have one slot exclusively for a Japanese exclusive to be put in Game Pass each month. So at least every month there's one exclusive Japanese game. You know what? I don't know how big or small that game would be or whatever, but like, I don't know what the fuck. Like that, what's that game you bought, Kaleidoscope? The Ark, whatever, that Ark game?
Ark Survival Evolved? No, it's not Ark. Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online.
Like 1 month if they had that, and well, they get it in Game Pass, and then another month they get something else similar to that. You see what I'm saying? Like when after it still start to kind of wane off. I mean that would be cool, you know, for especially for people that are interested that didn't get a chance to get it, or people are coming new to Game Pass that are or new to Xbox and be like, oh shit, they got this anime shit. Okay, I'm gonna try that shit up. You know, like stuff like that, cater to that market. Then people, guess what happens? People play that game and they be like, damn, I like that game. I'm gonna play another game like it. And then they go in the fucking store and look for other shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what people do. That's what I do on Netflix.
Game Pass is actually helping out for sales, actually. So you on point, live.
And I want everybody to know that's watching this and the panel, when something goes into Game Pass, all the DLC gets discounted also.
Right, as well. So we might as well talk about Game Pass, because that was one of the things that was talked about. So let's get into Game Pass, and then we're going to get into our last topic, and then we're going to get out of here. Game Pass, it's been it's starting to get a lot of acclaim now. There was a lot of naysayers. That was well, what about third party, things of that nature? But then I think once they seen that Warhammer came on, and then you start to see that Game Pass was getting, you know, not on top of the Xbox exclusives, but now you're starting to see that there's more and more attraction to Game Pass because of this new, not so much about, you know, how many units is being sold, but a user base. I think that a lot of developers and a lot of people, publishers, are starting to see that if you have more people that get hands-on to these certain games, then it's a better overall attraction for them to maybe want to buy that game. So
exactly,
Game Pass is looking like it is starting to get traction for the Xbox. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Let's just go ahead. Anybody that want to kick in and say whatever, just go ahead and jump in.
Jump in real quick. Let me say, first of all, Game Pass
is it the future?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's a service that, okay, we as hardcore gamers, I know myself, I go out there, I jump out and buy everything day one. But you know, parents, The kids want this, want that. They got bills, whatever. Game Pass is a great option to put your kid involved when his friends are playing games that you just can't afford to buy right now. That's number one. It's very accessible. It's financially the right price. It's cheaper than Netflix, technically. You know what I'm saying? So when your child says, "Yo, Dad, I want 5 games this month," and you got to pay your car note, your cell phone, your rent, whatever, you get them Game Pass. I gave it to my daughter. She just likes to play Call of Duty and Gears. And now I gave her, from E3, I got me a little 6-month Game Pass, little free thing. I gave it to her. She has more games downloaded on her Xbox because she gets to try a variety of games. And now she decides what she want to keep if it leaves Game Pass. So
exactly,
it's definitely a financial ease to your wallet as a parent, and as a gamer, it gives you options to games you might not have tried. If something's free to try, or not really free, if something's inside Game Pass, you paying $10 a month, you say, you know what? Let me try this fighting game. I don't play fighting games. You go, damn, this was a pretty good game. That broadens your horizons on what you want to, to want to purchase in the future. So Game Pass is a win-win-win. Long as it's not $20, $25, $30, and it's $10 a month under Netflix, it's definitely a bonus for the parents. Like, no matter. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. I mean, for example, a lot of my friends, especially Ghost Rider 730, shout outs to Ghost, he had told me about Warhammer Vermintide, the first one that came out. But something, I don't know, for the life of me, I just never wanted to try it. I was like, nah, not my cup of tea. I don't want to mess with that. They put that shit on Game Pass day one. I downloaded it. And then I noticed that T Reaper was like playing all night. T Reaper was going in. All right. Shout outs to T Reaper, by the way, as well. And I decided to play it. You know what I'm saying? The game is fun as shit, hell, yo. Right? Yeah. That shit is so much fun, man. It's 4-player co-op. I mean, the controls are simple, but deep at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the little pushback, you got your blocks, you got your little melee things. I mean, dude, that shit is on. You got your little life vials that you pick up. I mean, and then different character classes at the same time. Yo, that game is so fucking dope, yo. If they ever take that out of Game Pass, you best believe I'm gonna buy that shit, bro.
Right.
Easily, in a heartbeat. All right, just because of how dope that experience was. And I can understand why Game Pass would actually be a viable option for a lot of developers now and a lot of publishers. They're like, damn, we're going to get people to try these games out, and they get to try the full game. Not a corny-ass demo that they try to stitch together showing you 1 or 2 elements of the game, which you may or may not have liked, right? Because sometimes some of those demos turn people off from buying the game. But if they actually get to experience the full game and actually love it and enjoy it, dude, they're going to be more inclined to buy it, man. That's just more money in the bank.
Colada, let me point out something else. The hardcore person that I am, I jump out there by all the games. With the announcement of the Microsoft games going in there day one, I am a official subscriber monthly.
Yeah, I feel
I don't buy those games. If Microsoft dropped 2 or 3 games a year, first party, it pays for itself. Because you buy 2 games in GameStop, that's $130.
Yep.
Whereas Game Pass is $120. So and the first 2 games I was looking forward to was Sea of Thieves and
State of Decay.
State of Decay. So it paid for itself already. So anything else they drop in is okay. I could go with that.
Freebie.
Right.
Like Forza Horizon 4.
Facts. Another game coming out in October. Facts. That's the free game for me.
Mm-hmm.
See? So it works. It's the future.
It's all the other stuff that's in Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? From Virtua Fighter to the Gears franchise. I can imagine why your daughter's stoked on that, man. She has all the Gears games up in there.
I played Super Lucky still thanks to Game Pass, and I literally beat through that and got all the achievements within 2 days.
And you found out how good it was, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Nobody wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I was like, man, I don't know about that.
The dope platformer.
Yeah, it is.
It is a good platformer.
What about you, Chuck? You've been quiet for a while.
I was just about to say Recall. That I passed. I wanted to get it, but it was like one of them games out there. It was a Game Pass. Like, hey, I want to try it out. Same thing. Game Pass is the future. I mean, I always say people right now is talking about next generation is going to be more about 4K 60 frames. I mean, if you look at it right now, the Xbox X and the PlayStation 4 is doing 1400p, 4K, you know, getting 30 frames, 60 frames. But you know, next generation, you're gonna have that. So the thing gonna be the games. It's gonna be features.
The features.
Yup, and the features is gonna be the main target. People don't realize the stuff they shitting on right now. We were so ahead of its time, and when the next console system come out, it's gonna be right on time. So features, man. Game Pass stuff like EA Access. People gonna start developing games and actually a format of that. You got people like I was saying. I said a while back. Telltales, you know, so they make episodic games and they making a bunch of. Take something like that and put them in Game Pass, and every month they dropping a new episode.
Right.
New episode. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they could just keep flipping up games. And who ain't gonna? That's right there. That pay for itself. Y'all making money, we making money. Everybody happy. You know
episodic.
That's the future game. Yeah, episodic type games. So like you said, like these big open world type stuff. And I mean, then you got your single player games where you just want to kick back and relax. Man, that's a perfect thing. I mean, the only thing that's gonna do, PlayStation people, don't get pissed. But what this gonna do, how good Game Pass is, that's gonna make them revamp how they doing it on the PlayStation.
Facts.
That whole little tobacco thing they got going on, they gonna either have to swallow their pride, eat that money, and start over and do something else, or they gonna have to rehaul the whole thing, which probably end up costing more money. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to a fact that the future is streaming and the subscriptions. Because I said it, been saying it, and gonna keep saying it. GameStop and killing game. It should be Game Killer. That's what it should be. Not GameStop or Game Stopper. That's what it should be.
Anybody know the most successful episodic game this generation? Does anybody know that answer?
I say Hitman.
Hitman. There you go, Triple. That's why I rocks with you, boy. That was huge. That was a huge investment and got huge returns.
And isn't it in Game Pass?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's
Man,
what rumors of that Xbox might try to acquire the Hitman franchise because of the fact that it would be, since they were going episodic, that it would be a lot. It would make a lot of sense for them to
good transition.
Yes, yeah. In that game there, but it didn't happen that way. Well, I mean, and Xbox has still got more studios that they want to acquire. I think personally that it might be Remedy. I think that they might try to get Remedy for myself.
And I'm going to say this for the record.
Wrong,
when they said Hitman was going episodic, I said, that's stupid. I was the first person to say that is not going to work.
A lot of people say it was stupid. Yeah.
Boy, I was wrong.
But you know that did also cause some issues for them, definitely. But it did work for them in the end because we saw the improvement after each episode between each level.
Yes,
I'm glad that they are going to go straight one full package with the second one, and I really hope that they keep what they learned from the first one. But Mega, I think we mentioned this before with you talking about them wanting to possibly require Remedy. Is that we're gonna wait to see how big, what's it called, Control sells as a multi-plat, and if it does well and is well received, that they're gonna snatch them up real quick because they're gonna show that their games are absolutely wanted and just were looked down upon because of the fact that they were previously Xbox.
I'm gonna tell you.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I'm gonna tell you.
Well, no, you can't tell us nothing because we got to get ready to get out of here. We got one more topic, and then we're gonna move. We gotta get the hell out of here. So let's get that over with.
Get up, Noonie Cooney.
Noonie Cooney. I got my Noonie Cooney too. I need to get back on that because I was enjoying it when I was.
I want that game still.
Noonie Cooney.
So do I.
Yes.
You want slushies?
It's cool.
Hey, hey, look, the slushy sounds good right now.
Slushies taste good, bro.
I'm down for a good raspa.
Sorry, Collider, but we're gonna have to bring the next topic about next week about sidekicks.
Yeah, it's all good.
Let's just get on to the study, man.
I just figured the PlayStation fans would like to hear it. But
yeah. Well, this is
sorry, PlayStation.
Sorry, PlayStation
Nation.
Listen, so I gave y'all props and said that y'all had the better fighting game lineup. So that's all y'all can get. So anyway,
I got Street Fighter. That's all.
So now I'm about to hit y'all with the Kabuya Blast. So studies show, and this was also in the Amy Hennig interview that she had with Mark Cerny. That we talked about this on GRG Uncut last night, and she brought up a stat that was saying that most people didn't finish their games. And she said actually it was kind of heartbreaking because they go and they put their blood, sweat, and tears into these games, and that they don't, and that most
into
of
single player games.
Yeah, to these single player games, and that they don't even finish the game. And she's like, so we have to change up and figure out what we need to do to make the experience easier for these gamers. And then there was a study out, which is even worse, because when I beat God of War was at 51 to 53% at that time, which was last week, that beat God of War. And we're talking about the game of the generation, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a game that had 10s. It was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Don was cold-blooded with his statement. Don was cold-blooded with his shit, but he was right. He was right. Don said this, and it was right to the point. It was direct. You know what I'm saying? And Don is even killed. He's not about the fanboy shit, but he was saying this. He said, if this was the game of the year, if this was the game of the generation, for only 50-some% to beat that game, that means that there was a other percentage that didn't think the game was worth beating. And I said, "Oh my God, damn, Don, don't do him like that. Don't be hard on him like that." So anyway,
almost half.
No, that is true. That's true.
The numbers is true, but that don't mean that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because I'm gonna make this point. No, I'm gonna make this point. Because Don was talking. Don was talking to me, right? I'm the type of gamer like this. Like if a game, and I said this on GRG Uncut last night. I said if I played Detroit before I played God of War, I don't think I would have beat God of War. Because yes, because the story of Detroit was so much better than the story of God of War.
Wow.
I don't know if I could have been gravitated to it like that. That's real talk. That's real talk. It's just me. I mean, I know that people might say, "Oh no, how dare you say that?" But you know what? Fuck it. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Detroit's story was so good that I went back to a game that I need to try to beat here on the Xbox. Not an Xbox exclusive, but a multiplat. And it was hard for me to try to play through because Detroit's story was so good. It was so
you wanted to go back to that.
And I want to go back to that and get that experience because it was so damn good. That's the one reason why I gave Detroit so much praise before the game came out, because I knew that it had the potential to be as good as I thought, and it met expectations even more. So again, let me ask the panel, what's the problem with single player games? I know that these publishers are too afraid to come out and make these games to want to fork a lot of money out because they don't know if these games are going to be big time. You got to give a lot of props to PlayStation for letting to doubling down and bringing these single player experiences. But again, when you look at the third party, they're veering away from the third part from single player and going more multiplayer. And if on this study that it's less than 45% that gamers beat these games, these single player experiences. And it's not that it's a testament that people are just not gamers or nothing. It's just that people have a lot of things to do. You know what I'm saying? They may have other attention span. That's my thing.
Attention span.
Megan, can I ask you about
that
this?
gamer
You said this study, right?
Gotta switch games real quick.
Megan, you said this study, right?
Yeah.
You said this study. Did they? How many people in this world? And it billions and billions. We can't go off these studies like that. I hate people who talk about these studies when you only got 100,000 people or 500,000 people that you study and all that. Everybody is not gamers like we are like that.
Okay,
and you cannot go off these studies like that. Like I give it to you. You can use it as like a test dummy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But we can't go off of what people want. We know what people want now. People want multiplayer. What my bum son over there doing? Playing Fortnite or Call of Duty. That's what they want. That's what they want.
Well, that's
what they want right now. That's what they want. That's what the new generation want. Now us, we don't mind this. We'll play it all. But if we don't have like quote unquote Quantum Break, I didn't have my man Flip. I had ladies sit there and like that game was excellent. I didn't know. I'm appalled that I waited so long to play that game. But they let other people are off of studies and all that. We can't go off of studies like that because
it's a fact, though. 100. Look, I mean, look, I can speak.
How is it? You cannot make a fact if you only got 100,000 people.
No.
You only got 100,000. Okay, think about it. Out of these people, okay, perfect example. If I go do a poll in my local at my uncle liquor store,
let him finish. Let him finish. Kaleidoscope. Let him finish.
If I do a poll in my own local neighborhood, don't mean that is my local neighborhood. It's not nationally. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about studies, and they only got a handful of people. It's not like a handful of gamers. How do we know that these gamers are diverse?
Okay. All right.
How do we know they don't play everything?
Okay, fine. Okay, Kaleidoscope.
That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying.
You're fine. Go ahead, Kaleidoscope. Say what you're gonna say.
All right. This is actually a study from last generation. A study from Warner Brothers Interactive. All right. Warner Brothers actually, according to the PlayStation accounts and the Xbox 360 accounts, PlayStation 3 and Xbox Live. All right. PlayStation Network. They found out that only 30% of Arkham City players have ever finished a game. 30%, bro.
That's great.
All right. Now, Arkham City is an amazing fucking game, but only 30% of the fan base actually finished the game.
But Kaleidoscope.
No, don't.
That's
I'm gonna give him credit. Hang on, I'm about to give him credit. But Kaleidoscope, they had access to what? Everything Xbox, everything PlayStation. Yes. If it was even on PC. We're thinking about is what Mega's talking about is a study group or something like that. They don't have that type of access.
That gives you a basis on what to do your analysis on.
But 100. Let me make this point that validates.
It's like a consensus.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, when people go door to door in order to get people's opinions.
But other than the study, hold on, gentlemen. Let me finish. But other than the consensus. Other than that study, what backs up this claim is what Amy Henny said in her article just the other day. And you know what I'm saying? And that's why I brought up this point, because I thought it was fascinating because she brought it up. And you know what? Mark Cerny was in the room and admitted the same thing, that developers that make these powerful single player games are frustrated because they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears behind these games, and only a small fraction, less than 50%, beat this game. Now, with God of War, because God of War got so much attraction and is such a good game that it went over the normal threshold of 50%. But if you can call that game, the game of the generation or the game of the year, the game of the generation, well, I should say the game of the year, but game of the generation, and give it a perfect score, then damn it should be, like the Don said, and what I agree with 100%, then that game should be 80% or more of the fan base completion.
Now, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna tell you why it's not a study. It's a fact. Because 90% of these systems are connected online. They know what the hell you're doing in every game. You could tell from the analytics. You could tell from the stats. Like a lot of times they'll say, let's say Overwatch. Overwatch, you can have multiple users. They don't say, they'll say, oh, we have 100 million users, but we sold 30 million copies. That's multiple IDs coming from the same console playing that game. So it's more factual with these numbers than it was back in the days. So when you hear a study like this, it's not a study like they took 100,000 people, 100, and asked them. They're taking it from their own.
No. Who said this, for one? Who said this? Who said? Who did the study?
Think about it. Mark Cerny would have access. He would have access to what's being on.
But Sony, Sony ain't gonna tell the truth.
We're not saying
I'm not gonna disrespect
But just because you
on.
got these people in there, okay,
Oh.
I got a perfect example. I read an article yesterday that Sony said that they need to invest in more multiplayer games instead of single player games.
Yes,
They do.
because for financial, multiplayer games have more longevity in terms of the bank roll
that you make. Yep.
Not single player. Because single player, no matter, listen, Uncharted, the last one, 4, right? It count 8.5 million sold. It's not really 8.5 million sold because it was bundled. Now, when it came to the DLC, Lost, whatever it was called, they sold 700,000 copies. That don't even come close to 8.5 million. Because when you go to GameStop, the most traded game this generation
is Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4. And this is coming straight from the DMs that I got connections with. So what I'm saying is, when they go from these online numbers that connected PlayStations, Xboxes, and even the Switches, they're going from what they see from the number. You understand? That's what they're going by. They're not taking, we're going to ask 100,000 people, what are you doing? No, they take these numbers straight from online.
Hang on, no, but he said it was a study.
It was a study.
But that's still
so that means, hang on, but no, if you do a study, you're going to you asking random gamers. Okay. You're not looking at the analytics. You ain't looking at the analytics.
But here's
you're not looking at the internet. You're saying that you're asking random gamers. You're going to GameStops. You're going to Best Buys, Targets, whatever, your mom and pop shops, and you asking random people
I don't think the
about it.
Done that way.
That is a study. How you think a study? That's what a study does.
The Warner Brothers
that is a study. A study do not use. A study don't use analytics. That's not a study.
Warner Brothers Interactive thing was a study as well.
Yeah, but
They looked at the analytics and they saw what buy stuff. Be quiet.
Hold on.
Shut up. I'm done.
You're a tech dude. Them going to store and asking people would be type primitive today.
Yes. They send out emails and surveys to people who play their products.
That would be type retarded.
That is the same thing. You got random people. You got random people who will put that
out to an assortment of people
they'll use email though, not snail mail.
They're using email. They're using
that's
people.
What I just said. You're
but that don't mean how many? Yeah, but how many people tell the truth on the thing?
But even still, think about this. Think about the percentage that they stated: 40% compared to the very same study done by Warner Brothers that Collider brought up, which is about 30% who finished. Think of the correlation and the closeness of that statistic.
And look what they said about God of War.
About God of War.
Just 53%, bro. It's not that.
I'll let y'all go at it.
All you gotta do is to go into. If you really want to see, all you gotta do is just to go and look at the percentage when you beat the game and see how many people have beat that game. Like if you go to the last point of any game that you've beaten on the PlayStation 4 or even Xbox, and you'll see the percentage. Like it'll be like like there was something that
even an achievement.
Yeah, like I got an achievement on Forza Horizon 2, right? Because I'm over here trying to
show you the percentage.
Massive ass game, and there was a percentage of 1.32. I remember Porter Rock.
And that's off your friends list,
right? That's off my friends list. I got like 600 friends on my Xbox, right? So I remember Porter Rock over here clowning Xbox fans because he beat Cuphead, right? And he was like, what's up? There's only like 20-30% of y'all that only beat Cuphead. I thought y'all was gamers. That, you know what I'm saying? So shit
that's
like
off his friends list.
But he was talking about in the first 3 days. Like,
I think he
bring up what K-Mega brought up.
No, I'm just bringing up the facts, though.
He was talking about like in the first 3 days.
It doesn't matter.
Like people was playing only Cuphead.
Live, it doesn't really matter.
It just
it's a fact, right? At that point, when he beat the game,
it's not an opinion.
There was people that didn't beat it, so it's not like we can try to dissect it. Porter Rock beat the fucking game. There was other people that didn't beat it. So So that's just what it is. It is what it is.
If we can, what I'm saying, I know that's what it was said, but can't make
that seems only like 50-some+%, and that is unacceptable.
In 3 days,
hold on. Listen, the point is, when you see those numbers on your Xbox, if you see it, Microsoft see it.
Right.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's damn for sure.
They can take the number and report because fact. So you may see 10% on your system. I may, out of my friends list, I may see 15%. But Microsoft can see everybody's goddamn percent. So when they put these numbers out, trust me, 100, they're not talking about walking in the
Microsoft ain't putting these numbers out.
No, but this was a study overall for consensus.
No, I'll put it this way. If you say, we're talking about a consensus. When y'all said that they went out there. Now, if Mark Sony came on and said, hey,
I just said that 100.
I said no. If Mark Sony comes out and say, "Hey, okay, this and this and that happens," I believe Mark Sony instead of I know. Think about it.
Okay, you're not. Okay, hold on.
One at a time.
Amy Hennig is in the same room with Mark Cerny and has an interview, and they both agree to these stats that Amy Hennig just said that there is a very strong. It's something wrong with how it is, what's going on with single player games right now, because most gamers aren't beating these single player games. They're buying the games, but they're not beating them. And we have to find something to shake it up. And so her point was saying that maybe we need to lessen the experience and start putting our games through subscription, like Gamepass. Yes, like Gamepass, and maybe
if they buying your games, why do you care if they beating your game regardless? Nigga, come on.
You're losing the point.
I understand. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm done for the night. God bless you. Good night.
You lost the point.
I lost the point. I'm tired.
So check it out.
We super late again. We do this every time the ladies are gone, man.
But it's all right. It's all right.
We're way late. So let me finish. God damn. So we can get out of here. Shit. The point of it is this. She said that, look, what we should do is change the dynamic and open up a dialogue on trying to make single player games maybe 4 hours to 10. That way that we know that that gamers that has shortest attention spans we know that they'll beat that game, and maybe even make them episodic, put them in a subscription, things of that nature, so we can have better, because to the developer and to the writers and things of that nature that makes these games,
that's kind of heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking that you make a fucking game and that you don't even finish it. Yeah, it's profitable because you buy the game, but they put their blood, sweat, and tears and innovation into it, and then all you do is get halfway through, and then you're like, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Fortnite.
Megan, that's just like I bought a brand new car.
That makes sense.
No, Megan, that's like I bought a brand new car. I bought a brand new car, right?
No.
If I decide to trade it in for something different, don't you get your money regardless?
Okay, but I'm gonna say something.
You about to finish.
Get out of here with that one.
Hold on.
I don't want to hear that one. You got your money.
Hold on.
Lord,
I'm gonna say something that me and K Mega, both brand new to E3, not gaming, but E3. I'm gonna tell you something I noticed at E3 that was more important to me than fans' reactions, than just being in for myself and being, just doing what we was doing. Being in E3 and talking to these developers, these dudes really give a damn how you feel about their game. Mega, did we have this conversation?
Yes, we did.
No, the input that we was talking to these dudes, they really want you to enjoy their work because they're artists, and this is a platform that they want people to enjoy.
The ones that's happy that you bought it is the publisher.
I hear a developer say, "God damn it, only 30% completed my game." You're looking at, damn, they sold, but they're looking at, damn, they didn't beat it.
Okay,
I didn't keep the span long enough for people to beat the game.
I want to finish my game.
Okay, so let me make one more.
The only one that's happy that it's sold at the end of the day is the publisher. The developer is happy if you finish their game. Then they feel content. Like, wow, I delivered something for the gamers.
Let me make one more scenario. Okay, we're all content creators, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we make a video for. I know I've been putting out a lot more videos than I normally do, right? Okay, let's say that like the videos where I'm talking about and I'm trying to bring something in this, you know what I'm saying? And I normally know that the attention span for when you do a video is usually around 1 to like 5 minutes, right? Yeah, right. Well, I made a video that went kind of long, right? I went like 12 minutes long talking about something, right? And I knew that it wasn't going to get the attention span of everybody. I've seen other YouTubers that post on Twitter, and we've all seen them, and multiple people, that brings up this point. It's like, well, I'm glad that you guys are out there putting out our stuff, you know what I'm saying, retweeting my videos, but I would really like you to listen to them because it's a message behind it.
Right.
It's not about the view so much. For some people, there is. For a lot of people, it is. I don't give a fuck. Just hit it, click it, like it, and then you're gone. I don't give a fuck about that.
I want you to
get but there's other people out there that really put their love, sweat, and tears behind their videos.
That's right.
Content, and they want you to appreciate it and watch every minute of it. Now, there's some people that take too goddamn long on their videos. I know that I have for the last couple of videos that I pushed out, and so I already know how it works. But if you
sound like an indie YouTuber.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm trying to make. Is a point.
You sound like an indie YouTuber. That's what you sound like.
100, shut up. Let me you know what I'm saying? Because you're missing the ultimate point.
No, I know your point. I understand your point. I understand your point to the fullest. I understand 150%.
Okay,
I understand. But I was
you got a person that it's just like a writer or developer for any movie or whatever. How do you think that those people like the develop for the director of Black Panther, right? This dude is made bank. Everybody went to the movies and seen it, but they walked out like 20 minutes later.
You'd be mad.
He'd be mad as fuck because he wants.
Yeah, they would have paid for it.
Yes.
Yeah. I made my grip. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas hitting it right on the head, man.
Y'all really would be mad? I'm some real. I put this way. Let's flip the script, Mega. Hey, flip the script, Mega. I get signed. Hang on, I get signed with I used to be a ball player, so I get signed with an NBA team, right?
Wait a minute.
And I got to sit on the bench. I go sit on the bench, and I'm making $100 million a year.
No,
I don't care.
On creating content.
Then you ain't a real baller.
I am a real baller. I ain't a real baller, but you want to tell me to sit on the bench? I'm going to sit on the bench.
Listen. I have a smaller YouTube channel, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Miss K. Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to my man.
Yeah, I love Miss K.
Ignorant Gamers, my man Snow. Let me tell you,
I love them too. No homo.
They watch my content through and through. Sometimes they hit me with a question that was 75% through the video and say, yo, what did you think about this? You know why? Because they watched the whole goddamn video. I put a lot of work into my videos. I love what I do. I appreciate if I get 100 views to 40 views. If all 40 people watch all my work, I appreciate it because I put a lot into my work. I don't want nobody to come on, click on my video for 2 minutes and leave. They watch the intro, they watch a couple sentences, and they out. No.
But that's the way of life.
No, I'm not saying that. It's not. What I'm saying is I appreciate when people make a comment on my channel and they
about something that he did 75% of the way through.
Made me close my goddamn laptop because I was like, oh shit, I thought I said this motherfucker talking.
Mine still say live.
But
no, you still live. You got 5 minutes.
But
you got 5 minutes.
You got to go. You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I just want
people. You got 5.
Content, man.
I know the count because I did the other week.
Like I said, YouTube has changed their model to attention span, not subscribers. They want people to pay attention to what you're saying. And it's the same thing with games. People want you to finish their games. They want you to stay involved. You know, that's what it's about. It's not about playing a game for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And just think about it like this as a comic book. Think about it as a comic book.
Or
All right,
just
don't
music.
nobody want you to buy their comic and not read it, bro.
Right. They put a lot of work into that. It's
All right, because as a
How many
writer,
people want
you
to
feel
listen
like
to
you
the
ain't
music
deliver a
and
good
you
story. You're like,
get it
damn, man,
and
I
you
must
get it
suck.
wrong. Come on, man. Yeah, come on. Anyway, we got to wrap this up, man. We went way too long. My ass has got to be at work at 3:30 in the morning. So let's wrap this up, man.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
All right.
Great. Yeah, it's gonna hurt real bad. Great discussion. I knew it would be, but I knew it. I knew it was. I knew this was going to be a good discussion, but I didn't know 100 was going to go left like this.
Oh my bad.
It is what
Why
it
do
is.
I get the blame for everything? You know what?
Because you're talking left. You're talking left. You're going to get this work tonight. Anyway, hey, Bum, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at.
They already know they can find me. They making memes and all that other stuff about me anyway.
We cut you off. You only gave what you gave. All right. No.
I'm good.
Yeah, you say you're good.
Damn.
You see how that works? You see how that works?
No, we got it.
Hang on. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that. But you know I'm alive. You know what?
You want 50%? You want 50%? Go ahead.
Hey, you know what? Show everybody else love. That's how I do. I show love.
You ain't gonna get 100. You ain't gonna get 100%. You ain't gonna get 100%. I'm gonna show you how it works. How it works.
I shut this motherfucker down.
Anyway. All right, 108 Dragons, man. Where can they find you at, bro? Oh shit. 108 Dragons, where you at? See, look, we only getting 20%. 20% now. Knuckles, where can they find you?
I guess we didn't have his attention span.
I know.
You can find me on my channel at youtube.com/Bloody Knuckles. Of course, they can find me on Mixer and Twitter as well. Like Lem has been putting me out all show. I finally did my first solo video. Check it out. Trying to do more than just podcasts. So definitely be looking out for that.
No doubt. Livewire, where can they find you at?
They can find me on my dog shit channel.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's what I was told. I was told my channel was dog shit.
But I mean, you've been saying that, so I mean, it's like it's known.
Yeah. So my channel is dog shit. It's sponsored by Victoria's Secret's grandma bras and shit.
See, stop it, Live. There's no need for that. No need for that. We are peaceful people.
Hey,
all
my
right.
grandma needs bras.
Sponsored by Johnson & Johnson because they got the baby wipes to wipe that shit up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Triple Cup Shop. Where can they find you at, bro?
Yeah, actually you can find me tomorrow going live on the DX show tomorrow, Saturday nights. I don't know what time we're gonna do it, but I'm guessing it'll be like 5 California time. Hey, that's about right.
You go about 5:30 my time.
5:30.
Yeah, about 5:30. Yeah, his time. But that's on Saturday night. Then turn back around on Wednesday night. Got the Vibration podcast. The Heroic Vibration podcast.
Yeah.
Last week episode.
Yeah,
is a must see. Like
Fire.
Dragon was saying. Yeah, you got to check it out. The whole thing.
The
You know
shit
what
was
we did.
wicked.
And they brought Young Chaos on.
Yeah,
That bum.
Yeah, young adolescents. Facts.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome, man. Yeah. Chaos was doing his thing. I like the dude that had the Venom picture. He was breaking shit down. What was his name?
Savage.
Savage. Oh yeah, Savage in the party with us all the time.
Yeah. He was doing his thing, man. I was digging it, but I had to take my ass to bed, man.
Yo, but that wasn't Venom though, man. That's that Batman metal.
Oh, was that the Batman metal?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, and
What was that?
Right.
You cut out.
We get it. Cut out on us.
So lady chuck him out.
All night anyway.
Eject those seat.
Okay, I was just saying 30%, 50%.
What was you saying?
With, man.
Come on now.
Hey, it's over with now, man. It's up.
All right. Yo, I'm gonna just jump in. Man. Y'all can hit me at Kaleidoscope on Xbox Live, on Twitter at DirectX-the, and on my YouTube channel at Kaleidoscope as well, man. And of course tomorrow on the DirectX show minus the fraud. And then, of course, on Wednesdays at the Heroic Vibrations podcast. And, of course, here every Friday night on the GR motherfucking G, yo.
Oh,
that's what's up.
shit. I like that. And then last but not least, I guess is 100. Man, where can they find you? I think I went to you first, didn't I?
No, you didn't go to Lemon
him
first.
first.
How you be doing?
You need to go to Lemetius.
Oh, I got to
The hand of Zeus.
Demetrius. Okay, I don't know.
I got
Tallest
set up.
well, I'm not the tallest light skinned dude.
All right, go ahead.
I have an announcement to make.
30 seconds.
Okay, I will be giving out Super NES Classic, NES Classic, and the Duke controller for subscribers. All you got to do is subscribe to One Away Dragons TV. I got you. I'm going to be doing a random drawing. Next Friday, I will be announcing winners in the daytime before GRG. This is what I do. And on the GRG channel, we're going to get that Nier Automata. Facts. That's
All
what
right.
Yeah.
All right, Nier Automata. So he's over here saying that, claiming that.
Come on, don't do that, Mega.
All right, we're going to see. I'm just saying. I ain't seen no code yet. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real.
I'm saying you the
Hey,
guy.
say Lemon, which one drop?
All right, you know how these haters are, man. They be gassing, waiting for some bullshit to go off. Mega don't even got no money. He can't give his Patreons the games because they ain't there. I'm like, what? I didn't even say anything about Nier Automata. But if you want to bring in Nier Automata,
Nier Automata.
All
That's
right.
what we doing because we love our fans. I love y'all support. We all gamers here, man, and we do it from the heart. Ain't no financial games to be made, baby. Just doing what we do.
All right, good shit. And so, of course, did I miss anybody? All right,
Nah, you missed
Oh, that was it.
All right. So as for me, it's K Mega 405. I want to give a big shout out to Hyena Den XBL for making I was at work this morning and I checked my phone and I looked and I seen Homeboy make us our very own GRG Porsche edition Forza 7 car with the GRG team. He has everybody's name on it for our Twitter names. He's got the GRG logo, baby blue. It is clean. It's in full effect, man. I was like, oh shit, that's dope, man. I really
Did you retweet that? Because I gotta retweet that.
Yeah. Well, it was
retweeted.
It was like at 3:00 in the morning, 3-4.
Hell yeah, it was. Yeah. It was early for me.
Yeah, because I was at work, so I was like, damn. I was like, so yeah, man, you got to go check in my shit deep. But yeah, man, big shout out to Hyena Den XPL. I'm damn sure when I told him I was going to pop it in, but I had to set up everything. So I'm definitely, when I get off work tomorrow, I'm going to definitely get on my Forza 7 and I'm going to download that, man, and I'm going to drive on some fools and let them see.
Well, since he did that, I'm going to do something outrageous. Forza Horizon 4 on me for him for doing that.
All right, well, that's cool.
You
shit.
see that? That's what we do.
Cool shit. So
that shit was incredible.
It was dope. It was real dope.
No, I looked at it like actually. Yeah. Looked at it. I'm like, wow, that's. I can't do that type of stuff.
He put some work into it. That's the whole thing about it. So
and I want to show. I like people that like that. I want to show love to people like that. You know, we really do appreciate all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, get at me. Follow me on Twitter. I'll hit you with Forza Horizon 4.
I'll hit him up too because I told him thank you.
Mm-hmm. And make me a car. I don't need it red though. I don't want no blue. I want it red.
You make it blue, baby. Make it baby blue or make it motherfucking dark navy blue. Hit him with that 24 karat gold, baby. Anyway, so don't let me do that. We're too old for that. Anyway, so
we gotta go. Cut it.
Thank you. Tonight, yes, thank you. I gotta take my ass to bed. God bless you. Get those straight. If you ain't out there playing some games, then you need to be doing the pants off, dance off. Or if you got to work in the morning, you get excluded. That's what my ass got. Peace.
Or playing